It might be attached to the other email. I'm just saying, the whole time we've been talking, and he's missed the whole nerd conversation, which is killing him. It's killing him.
It is killing him.
It's killing him.
Yeah.
40 years from now, humanity is not going to be ready to meet any aliens with any sort of, it's not going to go out. The aliens aren't going to stop for us. Let's just say that it ain't happening.
If there's more than 30 of us left, because we've destroyed ourselves in some way or the other.
Someone's been watching all of us on the HBO.
It's real good.
Good Cat wants everybody to know that this is all his fault. He says, Randy, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Well, Good Cat moved to Denver, and we've all decided that we can blame Good Cat for the fact that all the sports here in the Phoenix metro area are getting hit by scandal and accusations and bad play. The Diamondbacks stink. The Coyotes stink and have scandals. Now the Cardinals might have scandals, and the Suns used to have scandals. We're good at the moment. Right here, now, at this moment. The Suns are playing well, and the owner's not a dickbag. Everything is good.
Yeah.
So just nobody move. Just try not to upset things. Just, hey, reporters, how about you leave the Suns alone for a few years? Don't even look into anything.
It's not really
stop being reporters.
It's not really the reporters. It's that McDonough guy who contacted ESPN or his lawyer or somebody.
No. We're talking about the Suns. Suns.
Okay.
We don't need any trouble. Can we at least let that new owner smell sort of wear off before we head after these people?
Hey, the new owner's first move is giving us a 6-game winning streak with KD.
7.
So
7 games.
Oh, it's 7.
That's right.
With
KD have been won.
7-0.
But I'm just saying, can we just enjoy one good thing for a minute before it goes bad? That would just sort of be nice.
If you do some digging and you find some skeletons in Matt Ishbia's closet, all I'm asking is that you close the closet door for 2 years.
Yeah.
Just forever.
Just a couple
Leave it alone for a while.
We're not talking about something horrific, and the old thing they say about Hollywood, a dead hooker or a live boy. Just saying those things you can't hold back on. I mean as long if it's something that's not, okay, filthy racist. Yeah, we got to deal with that pretty much right away. How about maybe I'm asking too much, Keon. I'm gonna change the request. Hey, Ishby. Hey, what do you do? Make sure your skeletons are hidden. No, that's not good either.
No.
Just don't have skeletons. Just be like an actually decent person.
Be a good person. Please. Be a good human being.
We're begging
No bones. That's what we should hashtag no bones. And then that doesn't sound right either. Whatever the case, here's hoping. But yes, that trouble with the Cardinals and that McDonough fella and with little Mikey Bidwell, going at each other. Boy, that's a bad look all the way around. That is a bad look. And the way the Cardinals have handled it, my first thing yesterday was to say, hey, everybody, let's exercise restraint. He said some stuff. Now they said some stuff. But then I thought about it, why are the Cardinals saying stuff? That just seemed weird, actually. That's because if somebody comes at me, I'm coming back at you. I'm going to have something to say about you. But I'm not a $1 billion company. I'm not a $5 billion company. I'm not a giant corporate conglomeration where there's lawyers and people who can maybe stop me from making my own dumb mistakes. If somebody says some bleep to me, I'm saying bleep to them. If somebody says bleep to you as the Arizona Cardinals, the first thing you should do is nothing. You just don't say a damn thing and let your cooler heads prevail and handle your business where you need to handle your business. But jumping up and going after Terry McDonough like that might not have been in their best interest. Or might not have been a good thing.
Or in the infamous words of Marshawn Lynch,
take care of y'all chicken.
Take care of y'all chicken.
That doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about.
It does. Yeah, it does.
I feel like
stay in your lane.
Every 3 days, you have to hit the button on that, or you don't
take care of y'all chicken.
I don't feel good unless I have.
That's about making sure
Lynch.
you have your money in order. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now.
It applies across the board. He didn't say money. He said take
0%.
care of y'all chicken. That means take care of your business.
Take care
of
your chickens. That has nothing to do with Terry McDonough accusing you of stuff and then you pantsing him in the public domain. Maybe he needs it. Maybe he doesn't. But that's not what you need to be doing. It has nothing to do with your chickens.
I didn't pants anybody. I haven't pantsed anybody since junior high school.
I mean you. I'm talking about the Cardinals.
Oh, so when you say you to me, what do you mean?
I'll say, okay, Randy, I just take some.
I guess I'm going to have to take care of my
Mother.
own chicken.
Just take care of your own whiskey.
Take
That's
care
what
of
you-
y'all chicken.
All right.
Baker's Cocky Hen says actually Ishbia's first move was try to get Isaiah Thomas in here. You know, the alleged sexual harasser. Yeah, that was a weird sort of almost moment back then. And then all of a sudden they're like, just kidding. We're not doing that. So I don't know. That's a good point. So who knows? It'd be nice if we had, I mean, how long should there be like a moratorium on bad news about a new team owner? Yeah, how long did you have before everybody realized Dan Snyder was a complete piece of garbage, Keon?
Unfortunately, we didn't have that long. It was maybe a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, when reporters criticized him and then he tried to sue them. And everyone was like, "Oh, this guy's probably not right." That was just the first indicator that something was off, and then of course it just got progressively worse from there.
Well, how much time was it?
Maybe a couple of years.
All right, so just how about 1 year? Is that too much to even ask? 1 calendar year? Can we do that?
That's good. I like that.
We probably can't. Hey, it's weird. It doesn't feel like it's about to be Easter, does it? It doesn't.
No.
I don't know. But then again, what does it have to happen to feel like Easter? You know what? There's no Easter decorations, really. You know what I mean? Sometimes
No.
people put like a sticker of a bunny in their window or something.
There is a commercial on TV I keep seeing when I'm watching whatever show. They've got the Peter Cottontail song playing.
Yeah, that's it. Huh?
About it though. Oh, I saw it. I saw the Cadbury Bunny tryout video commercial.
Oh, I'm so tired of that.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
I mean, they that's the best $100,000 they ever spent. They've used that thing for about a decade now.
I doubt they spent 100,000 on it. Anyway, so well, whatever. Today is all those days. That's pretty much the point I was trying to make there. By the way, here's an idea. Pro tip. I have been a father for over 30 years, various ages of children, even now. And this is something I was thinking about years ago, because here's what happens. So we have a very artistic little girl in the house, and she loves to color them eggs, right? So we got to boil a bleep load of eggs, and then she's doing her artistic thing. And I was just like, why does it have to be real eggs? Why would we? Because then she's like, you ruin a bunch of eggs because the dye gets through. And even though it's okay to eat, you're like, I don't know about this. And then you can't catch up and eat all those damn eggs.
You make deviled eggs out of them.
A bunch of eggs go to waste. And then you forget to find one somewhere in the house. And over a couple of weeks later, somebody finds it and it stinks. So I'm just saying, why are we doing this with actual eggs? And now that egg prices are sky high, maybe, and I even told my wife, I said, hey, what if we just decorated some of those little plastic eggs? What's the difference? You decorate the plastic egg, and then you go hide them, and everything's fine. And I was, oh no, you can't. Oh no. Well, now with the egg prices, here's what a lot of people are doing. As an Irishman, I don't know how to feel about this. People are painting potatoes for Easter. Potatoes. Yeah, they don't look uniform. They're gloopy and oblong and oddly shaped. And you can't stick them. You're going to have a kid run around with a basket of potatoes. That thing's going to be 5 pounds before you know it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all going to need Tommy John
unless
surgery.
they're the little tiny ones, those little tiny potatoes.
Those little russet. No, I don't know.
Not russet. Those little tiny ones.
Medallion.
Whatever.
And my wife buys those all the time. So you're right. That's actually a good point. So if you get the small potatoes, okay. Well, Potatoes USA, of course, they see the gouging. They're like, well, we went on this. So they're suggesting, in traditional actual paint. Don't use dyes, use actual paint, but you just don't eat it later. You know what I mean? Or you get some edible paint, I guess. I don't know. And
you don't eat the potato. You don't turn it into potato salad or baked potatoes.
Using like house paint on it or something.
Anyway,
listen, can I just say the egg prices have come back down, and even if you spend $5 on a carton of eggs, it's just better to go with the real eggs. But I always say, well, why not them little plastic eggs? I know a lot of families will hide those instead. The plastic and the various colors, they're already ready to go, and you stick candy in them. and you hide them out there. And then in every now and then, one of them will have cash in it. So that way, as you're enjoying with your cup of coffee, watching the kids run out there into the yard, there will be a fight, and you get your entertainment's worth. You know what I'm saying? If they know there's cash, there will be violence. So,
hey, I have a question.
Yes, Randy White.
Randy White, 1580 Fanatic.
Go ahead.
Instead of doing eggs and instead of doing potatoes, here's my thought. Why don't you get all the kids, all the little kiddies from the neighborhood together and beat the hell out of one of those pinatas. It's got all the candy and money and stuff in it.
Didn't really feel very Easter. That's more.
Well, you could get one in the shape of the Easter bunny, or you could get one, in the shape of
murder the Easter bunny.
And there you just take some whacks at that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you make one of those ones that look like the Easter egg. Let's replace this Easter egg thing with the pinata. You see what I'm saying?
About rocks? You could use rocks. Just have all the kids go on a rock search. Then you paint the rocks. And then you can throw them at the neighbors.
Oh wait, I have a better idea. All right, stand by. Randy White, 15 Fanatic.
Yep.
Have the kids dress up in costumes, and then on Easter Eve, go out door to door and say Happy Easter. Take a bag, and everybody throws candy in the bag. See what I'm saying? And then they just keep moving around from house to house, and then at the end, they all have candy. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think that's going to work.
Dress up in all sorts of various costumes, your favorite TV actor or, your monster or whatever, or maybe I think even the Easter bunny.
Since it's an Easter thing, they all just dress up as Jesus. And then every time the guy opens the door, instead of the kids yelling, he goes, Jesus Christ. And he gives them them some frankincense or myrrh or something else. I don't know what else.
Gold.
I think maybe we are not going to be allowed to rewrite the actual holiday. They're probably going to stick with, but listen, save some money. And, I say use little plastic things because you know why? You little plastic eggs, you can reuse again next year. You put them in the thing, put them in the cupboard. You wait till next year. Nobody knows the difference. And you think a kid's going to go, this isn't a hard boiled egg. They're going to be like, woo, got money. Woo, got candy. Everybody wins. Plastic eggs is.
Well, I got a whole bunch of those in my office there at the station. That's Ron doesn't see me bring in my beverages. Yeah, I just pour in there, and then I
in
put
the plastic egg.
Yeah, and then I just knock down a shot every once in a while.
Feel like that would be leaky. Feel like that would be leaky.
Oh no, they're sealed pretty good. Yeah.
Random texter says, I'm getting texts from days ago again, so I got to hit a refresh here. It's all right. He was bringing up the tampon flask. I'm like, dude, we are not going there again. Scratch from your cuz says Passover starts at sunset tonight, and we Jews can't eat pizza for 8 nights. So please stop talking about deep dish pizza. Wait,
can't eat pizza.
What do you mean can't eat pizza?
Why not? Is dairy somehow not?
This is news to me.
Involved? I don't understand.
Breaking news: Jews can't eat pizza during Passover. We got to ask somebody about this, and by somebody I mean Radio Ron.
Radio Ron, yeah.
I don't think Bruce Jacobs has any information on this.
Why do you have to eat? You can't eat the pizza. That's
all right, Scratch, because you have to elaborate. We have no idea what you're talking about, or Hook'em Hottie better step in here. I don't know. Heavy Metal Maniac says, when we were younger, we'd sometimes use the plastic eggs, and I found one, there was money inside. It was a less incentive, to use real eggs. That's exactly what I'm saying, my friend. That is exactly what I'm saying. Random texter says, the only place I've ever seen edible paint, Fredericks of Hollywood. So don't bring the kids while looking for edible paint. You're a freakster, man. You are. Man, I hope your son's not listening, because he's not going to come home for a few days. Big George says, can we also blame Good Cat for 100-degree weather that we're about to have? You know who I'm upset with is Channel 3, Channel 5. The news.
Wait a minute.
Who's we?
Wait a minute. Yeah, who is this? What is this we are about to have? Big George lives in where again? He doesn't live in the state of Arizona, as I last recall it.
I think his wife threw him out. I think he's back here in Arizona. I don't know what happened, but I have a sense.
She saw his Twitter.
Yeah, just or she heard this show. So just take it easy. Take it easy on George. But back to the thing, Channel 3, Channel 5, they put up this contest. Guess the first day of 110. I'm like, you sons of bitches. Yeah. Don't even say it out loud. Don't even think about it. Don't even bring it up. Holy crap. Why would you do that? Don't put that bad mojo on us, Ricky Bobby. Don't bring that in here. Oh, God. I saw that. I about just blocked them. I can't keep blocking TV news feeds. I got to have something going on.
Yeah.
Straight Striper says, I'm going to have my girlfriend hide a bunch of Jameson shooters for me to find Easter morning. Nothing beats Jameson on a nice Sunday afternoon. If you don't have kids, just drink the drink. Why would you turn this into a thing?
Why would you? Nothing would annoy me more than having to hunt for a bunch of shots when I have the bottle. I own it. It's mine. I can just drink it.
Yeah. Drinking game is already won. Thank you. I'm good. I don't even need a glass.
Yeah, you walk from the bottle. You walk to your cupboard or your shelf or wherever you keep your Jameson. You go, found it, and then you just drink it.
There should be a winner sound effect when you do that every time. You open up your cabinet, winner.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back and we'll get to some sports or something. We got lots to talk about. We've got Suns and probably going to be a Suns-Lakers showdown that will matter a lot to me. We've got many things, but I've got a lot of NFL to talk about. We didn't get to any NFL yesterday. By God, we're doing it today. I don't care what it takes. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Tom Hoge would rather have Scotty Scheffler help him put on the green jacket on Sunday, but he'll take the Crystal Pedestal Bowl today in the par 3 contest. Let's check the leaderboard. Sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen is the most recommended memory support brand by pharmacists. Hoge wins the par 3 at the renovated course with a score of 6 under par. No player has won the par 3 contest and the Masters in the same year. Bubba Watson and Kurt Kitayama finish a shot back at 5 under. Watson scored one of the 5 holes in 1 today. Seamus Power had 2 of them on back-to-back holes at 8 and 9. Now, Scheffler also had one, but he didn't register his score, thinking that par 3 jinx is real. You're listening to coverage of the 2023 Masters on Westwood One.
Remembering great moments in golf history, sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen is the most recommended memory support brand by pharmacists. 1942 PGA Championship at Seaview Country Club in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Sweet swingin' Sam Snead won his first of 7 career majors just days before entering the Navy and serving during World War II. It was an Army-Navy showdown of sorts as Snead beat Jim Ternessa, who himself was on a 10-day furlough from the Army. With this great moment in golf history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jon Rahm is number 3 in the world. He earned 3 wins to start 2023 at Kapalua, Palm Springs, and Riviera. Rahm hoping to bring that kind of play to Augusta National because last year, Rahm didn't contend at any of the 4 majors.
There's been many times where there's players that haven't had their best year, but for some reason they come out here and they feel confident on their chances and they've done good golf, right? Obviously, Tiger, every time he came out here, it seemed like he had a good chance. Jordan, no matter what, he's up on the radar, right? So there's something about this golf course. I think it's because it allows you to play however you want to play it. There's multiple options of the tee, multiple options into greens. You can pretty much do it however is most comfortable for you. And if you play good golf, you might be able to get it done.
Rahm in a group with last year's PGA champion Justin Thomas and PGA Tour Rookie of the Year Cameron Young, teeing off at 10:42 a.m. Eastern. Tiger Woods tees off just ahead of them at 10:18 with Victor Hovland and Xander Schauffele. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
NBA tonight, the Lakers and the Clippers meeting in Los Angeles. Clippers a 3-point favorite. They're the home team tonight at the arena they share. Clippers minus 154 on the money line. Lakers plus 130. The over-under 231.5. Clippers have beaten the Lakers the last 10 meetings. Dallas at home to take on Sacramento. Mavericks fighting for a playoff berth in the Western Conference, favored by 6.5 points, minus 275. Sacramento, the 3 seed in the West, plus 225. Over under in Dallas, 241.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online, oh,
you better have a good excuse.
Yeah. We've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast, commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk.
And you'll love every bit of it.
Very well. Or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive.
Get it now.
It's on the internet.
1580, thefanatic.com.
So Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And speaking of 1580 thefanatic.com, I wonder if anybody's noticed that I've gone in there and reduced U Arizona to one little teeny story at the very bottom. I actually did. I actually did that. So I have a sneak in there every now and then. I moved it down, then I moved it down, and a little bit later, it's all the way at the bottom, and you get one story. And you're lucky you get that. I'm just been chipping it away at it. Yeah. Eventually, I'm just going to delete that crap right off our site. I just figure, this is not a U Arizona town, man. This is ASUville. So that's what I have to say about that. 888-368-1580. And all right, so let's get caught up on this text line. I'm very excited because I have way more football to talk about today than anything else. But before we get to that, one of the things that happened just before the show started is another person got into a quick pitch dispute with a umpire and got tossed. Now Randy will have to recuse himself from this conversation because when I say the name of who it was, he's going to be joyous. Okay, he's going to be giddy. He's going to laugh his ass off because it was Tim Anderson from the White Sox.
Oh, and he got he got thrown out because he was arguing that he was quick pitched or what?
Here's what happened. He says, well, the guy didn't make eye contact, but then, he was in the batter's box, but he wasn't in his stance when the pitcher, Logan Webb, started his delivery. Mm-hmm. And there was 11 seconds left on the pitch clock. So Anderson stepped out and he was already walking, walking back afterwards. They gave him 3 strikes right there. And so then there was some jibber jabbering going on and he got ran. So
I don't know. I mean, Tim Anderson's not my favorite player because he does all the bat flipping, and I'm just not a bat flipper. Other than that, I think he's a spectacular ball player.
I really thought you'd enjoy this more.
He's super intelligent, and he's a good ball player. I mean, the guy's got all the talent in the world, and I just don't like the bat flip. You know that. So anybody that stands up there and flips the bat, I just got no use for that. If I was a pitcher, I would drill them the next time they come up. The bottom line is, I don't know what these guys like Manny Machado, Tim Anderson, guys like that, I don't know what they don't understand. Nothing else has changed except you have to be in the batter's box and you have to be ready to hit with 8 seconds remaining. Now, if you step in the batter's box before 8 seconds and you get both feet in the batter's box, the rules clearly state the pitcher can pitch the ball at any time. The umpire will grant you, go ahead and throw the ball, and the pitcher from that point on can throw the ball. So what I was always taught,
the eye contact thing.
Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It mattered the other day when a pitcher got in trouble for not making the eye contact. So why does that not go both ways?
See, that is wrong. Whatever that umpire did, that's wrong. It has nothing to do with the rule. Bottom line is the umpire. If the batter steps out, the umpire will give the signal ready to pitch the ball when the batter's is in the batter's box with both feet in the batter's box. Anybody can look this up, okay? Now, where the eye contact comes in is the batter needs to be in the box with before 8 seconds is on the clock, and need to be looking and ready to hit the ball. If they're not, it's a strike. They can't be what Manfred is trying to do is to stop all this glove adjusting your equipment down here, rubbing your wristband, tugging on your helmet, fixing your jersey, sticking your chains that you shouldn't have on the ball field in the first place back in your jersey, junk like that. It's like get in the box and hit play ready baseball, or golfers will say play ready golf. Don't be out there meandering around, looking around the stadium, watching things fly through the air, watching an airplane fly. Get in there in the box and get ready to hit the ball. Let's go. That's the bottom line.
That is the new rule now, but there's also other little, little teeny details of all that where, Anderson's looking at this. He's like, wait, what about the eye contact thing? That was his whole argument after. He's like, wait a second, what about the eye contact?
Nestor Cortez, I think is who you were talking about, Jeffrey, was issued an automatic ball for not making eye contact with the hitter before throwing the pitch.
Yeah, and that was wrong on the umpire's part.
Well, whatever the case, it happened again. And I don't know about this one being as bad as the last one. This one is a thing where, he turns back towards the guy and he kind of argues. And, he's like trying to tell him, hey, what about the eye contact? And then the guy didn't know what to do with it. Then Anderson was cursing him out from the dugout, and then he got tossed. Then he got tossed.
Well, then that's going to happen. And by the way,
what I'm saying, this is more probably is more on Tim Anderson than what happened the other day, where the other guy just turned around and said, "What the heck, man?" And of course, Las Toby says Machado called the ref a douchebag.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that to point because I was reading an article today. Machado looked right at the umpire and called him a douchebag. When you cross that line, you get personal with an umpire like that, you're gone.
You're out.
Yeah, every time. Now we know, but at the time he did not look. You could not see any aggressiveness on Machado's face. So
Machado is sort of that kind of aloof,
passive aggressive.
Yeah, he's sort of an aloof guy anyway. Nothing really rattles his cage. He's just always kind of. Even when he gets mad, he called that umpire a douchebag yesterday. I mean, that's just the way he is. He's just very kind of,
I'm glad he got tossed. 888-368-1580. Beer Bob says, I'd say this was going to sound really weird, but maybe not for this program. My dad used to give up shaving for Lent, and Easter morning he'd shave, and whoever found the golden egg with his fresh beard trimmings in it would get a $5 prize.
That's some dad there.
I would say that was really weird, except for the fact I once shaved off my mustache, and it went to the highest bidder for charity, and Papa Mike bought it for $50.
Yeah.
I don't know what he has done with my mustache, but I am almost 100% sure that that's going to end up DNA in some murder case in the future. Like it's going to be sprinkled on some Teamster's body, and I'm going to get blamed. So I try to talk about this at least once a year, so there is a copy of me saying somebody's got my beard trimmings over there. Hey, Randy White, how about this? We should have a weather forecast because now people are a bit scared about that whole 110 degrees. Mr. Wilbur says 110. You better watch it. I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey. Bring up the 110.
All right. Well, from the 1580 of the Fanatic Weather Center, chief meteorologist Randy. Am I too loud?
Well, for me,
just a touch.
Oh, for you too. Well, why didn't you say something earlier, Keon?
Well, no,
I keep seeing Jeffrey pull his headphones off.
Randy's voice was fine, and then the music started.
I was trying to get through it without, causing any instances. Now we're doing this on air.
Then the music was a bit loud. I adjusted Randy, but then the music was
not helping my poor ears. I was going to tell you on the break. Now we should have meetings live on air too.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead.
Let me just fix that. We should have meetings.
That's a good point.
Can't hear you at all, Randy.
Is that better?
You're not funny, Randy.
Is that better?
Yeah, I do. Remember to send you a card reminding you how unfunny you are.
How's this? Is this
just turn up the. Yeah, that's fine. As long as Keon is fine, I'm fine. Keon, didn't need my ears to bleed. Thank God this is in the 3:00 hour because Radio Ron don't like it when this crap happens in prime time.
All right, let's try this. Let's try this again. From the 1580 the Fanatic Weather Center. Am I too loud again?
Just a little bit.
Jeez, how does this not?
Just a not. Don't you know what is wrong with you that you can't just go a little bit? When I say turn down a little bit, you're like, oh my God, I'm Bruce.
Well,
Jacobs.
nothing changes here on this end of things.
A little notch. It doesn't matter. It's about the Comrex codec itself. Sometimes it just does that.
How's this? This is better?
Yeah, I'm good.
This is better?
Yes.
Now I can't hear myself, but that's okay. All right.
Let's turn up your headphones on your side. There's local and return. This is not
from the
your first day, Randy.
What's that? I'm sorry.
It's not your first day, Randy.
I think he's just screwing with you right now.
Can we get a damn weather forecast from our fake weather forecaster, please?
Wait a minute. Did you say fake?
No, real,
Yeah, you're
real. You're a real weather forecaster.
Well,
fake?
he's
What
not
is fake in
licensed. Yeah, well,
I am too. I have a license in my office. You can go
yeah,
there.
that a listener made and sent to you. There's not. It ain't real.
That just really hurts my heart, Jeffrey. Now I'm going to have to go to the Meteorological Society, and I'm going to have to report you.
Yeah, go ahead. Report me. Lodge complaint. I'll get Sean McLaughlin on my side. Iris Herma, CEO. I'll get everybody.
Oh, no, Iris is on my side.
Royal Norman. I'll
Iris
get.
is on my side. On my side.
What was that? Dave Muncie. I'll get Dave Muncie.
Dave Muncie, watch your kids around water.
Nowadays, that sounds creepy, don't it?
Just a little bit.
But it was more about not drowning.
Are we done?
What's that?
Can I move on?
Can't
now?
hear you now. What?
What's that?
Just do the goddamn weather.
From the 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White coming at you. 69 beautiful degrees out there.
Nice.
69 out there for you lovers.
That's nice.
Under sunshiny skies, going to be warm one this week. 80 tomorrow, 83 on Friday. I don't see 110 in the forecast anywhere.
Hooray!
This weekend it's mid-90s by Monday. Later next week, yeah, we're going to get up near 100 degrees. I don't know that it's going to make it. I'll be honest with you. No chance of rain in the forecast. Some clouds, maybe occasional windiness. Again, 69 beautiful degrees out there. From the 1580 the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff Cope.
Thank you, Randy. Bruno Baller says, for being a fake weatherman, Randy does a very good job. Oh, yeah, my wife thinks you have the best weather forecast ever. And I lean over and I said, well, honey. And she's like, I don't care. It's the best. I'm like, all right, fine. Okay.
People don't want,
facts,
they don't
truth.
want all this. No, they don't want all this BS, barometric pressure. Who the hell cares about barometric pressure? Does anybody really know what that does? And what about dew point? Who the hell cares about dew point?
I mean, do you care about? I
don't care about dew point. Oh, I know.
It's relevant to the humidity on how our swamp coolers.
Cumulus cloud is all about.
Well, that has to do with what kind of storm you might get.
Give me the facts, man. Just give me the temperature and what it looks like in the next few days, and if there's any rain. That's all people care about. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. 888-368-1580. Wilbur says, I'm sure Miss Kareem Devine doing my weather, if you know what I'm talking about. Nobody knows what you're talking about, Wilbur.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Kareem Devine doesn't know who you are. Kiss the Cook says, it was 69 degrees for Valentine's Day. Going to be 69 for Good Friday. All right.
Did it just get creepy in here?
Oh,
you're all children.
Well, just a little bit.
Probably at the moment I brought up old Dave Muncie. I wonder what he's doing these days. Big George says, Randy, now I can't hear you. Shut up, George. You're lying. Good Cat says 110 degrees. Holy crap. It was 17 here. 17 degrees in Denver. Wow. Kyle G says, amazing how many pros can't figure out that if you get in the box, you have to be ready to hit. Yeah. The pitcher never has to wait for you. It's little league basics.
I know it is. It's one of the first things I learned as a ball player when I was just a little tyke. You get in the box, get ready to hit the ball.
Bruno Baller says that flowery, fragrant smell that typically is in the air around the valley this time of year. Would that be the citrus blossom or the trees? Well, genius, citrus blossoms are coming from trees, but I'll spot you that one and say, no, that you're smelling the orange blossoms right now a lot. And here's the thing that, I love the smell of the citrus blossom until later that night. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, all of a sudden you're just having to shove every liquid up your nose to try to breathe it all.
Every liquid up your nose.
Anything you can find. Whiskey, vodka, Afrin, Mucinex. I don't know what it is. Wilbur says, Dave Muncie is watching your kids around the pool. Kiss the Cook says, Dave Muncie He's watching kids around the pool. Everybody's saying the same
Well,
thing.
okay. I think
Oh,
glad to know
boy.
we're all on the same page.
I got to tell you, yesterday was crazy. But the best headline I saw was this one from Deadspin. Former USFL owner indicted on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. I mean, say what you will about Deadspin, but that was almost onion-like. All right, we got to take a break. We come back. Let's talk about our Phoenix Suns and those horrible Lakers. We didn't get a chance to hear the new fish tank version. Did you get that ready to go, Andy?
Yeah, it's ready.
I haven't even heard it.
You want to hear it?
When we come back, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Do you know about 211 Arizona? It's a free service to connect you with resources anywhere in Arizona. Housing assistance and eviction prevention, transportation and ride services, healthcare benefits, food resources, and even utility bill support. Talk to a live operator in English or Spanish, 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Just dial 211 or visit 211arizona.org. Get connected, get answers, and get the help you need. This message is sponsored by 211 Arizona.
Grand slams, no hitters, and double plays are back. And there's no better place to get in on the Major League Baseball action than a FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum, and right now, new customers can step up to the plate with a no sweat first bet up to $1,000. Just go to FanDuel.com/Steve1580 to sign up, place your first bet, and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win. So don't miss your chance to get a no sweat first bet up to $1,000 when you join FanDuel today. Just go to FanDuel.com/Steve1580 to sign up. FanDuel is official partner of Major League Baseball, and Major League Baseball trademarks are used with permission. 21 plus and present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Think for a moment about how much time you spend planning your vacation. Now, think about how much time you spend planning for retirement. Maybe it's time to change your focus. Maybe it's time to take a trip.
I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. My team of certified financial planners uses a target retirement income planning model, or TRIP. TRIP is an important tool which we use to evaluate investment strategies and lifetime income products. Then we use that information to determine the best strategy that could provide you with the financial security you seek and the peace of mind you deserve. Call Compact Asset Management at 1-800-388-9700 for your comprehensive, customized TRIP report with specific recommendations designed just for you. Call 1-800-388-9700. That's 1-800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow.
What a world we live in.
All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
I was really worried about all these rednecks when their check engine lights come on and those warnings come on. And it says trans cooler fault or something. Something's wrong there. They're gonna be like, "How tired of my woke ass vehicle trying to tell me?" No, it's transmission. It says transmission. Just take it easy. There's gonna be a lot of very angry rednecks when their car breaks down. That's all I'm saying. Oh, are we on? Oh, yeah. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Sorry about that. Where were we? Oh. Average Joe on the text line 888-368-1580 says, "Afternoon, gentlemen. Jeffrey, how are you feeling about that that steak bet? 2 games to go, and you think you jinxed it by asking what restaurant you're going to?" No, not really, because even if I lose, I have to know what restaurant we're going to. I'm a nice guy, and if I lose that bet, I'm gonna let that guy Ralph choose where to go. We're long overdue for a double date. His wife and him, and my wife and me. Going to dinner or something. So anyway, no, I don't think I jinxed it.
I'm sorry, Kim and I and Keon and his lady, we can't make it. I'm sorry.
That's good because you weren't invited.
Yeah,
888.
We can't make it.
368-1580. Yeah, well, you've never invited us over for any of these amazing things we see you cooking on the damn Twitter.
No, we can't make it. Sorry. Right, Keon? We can't make it. Sorry.
Keon's like, speak for yourself. I'll go for free food.
I mean, if it's there. Yeah. It's just very, very dependent.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's not there, so forget it.
I'll tell you what.
Can't make it. I didn't even have the time. Where would I find it?
I tell you what.
Did you hear out the prices were on this crap?
I saw that.
If I can afford it.
Which is a lot coming from you.
2 weeks. What are you blokes doing in 2 weeks?
Minding my own business. That's my standard answer.
In 2 weeks?
2 weeks. I'm bringing up my calendar. 2 weeks.
I do not have any plans set in
You have
stone
no plans
in 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks.
I don't believe.
We are here. See, this weekend.
Why not? We're just on air. Why not?
Well, I'm just tired of hearing about.
I'm tired of hearing about your tri-tip and your.
Bring me over any meat, even though I bring it over to you.
Stuff you cook, we don't get none of.
The double checking here.
Is me. The 15th of April, tax day. What are we doing?
Hold on, I got to see something here. I got to check a thing because I was going to go out of town for a weekend here.
15th is clear for me.
Yeah. I think is that a Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday, April 15th.
Yeah. Well, my son has a track meet I was going to try to go see. So
then we'll have to do it the next weekend. What is
next one? The 28th. 22nd works. Yeah.
22nd, Keon. 22nd.
So 22nd is actually the girlfriend's birthday. So
well, she can come. It's her birthday.
Well, we're having a party for her, so I don't think that's. I
can't,
the
29th.
Interrupt her party.
Why don't you have a party on Sunday? Then? Or how about we all get together on Sunday?
That's just the day that worked for everybody.
No, wait. What day are you having this thing? Why do I have to think of everything?
The 22nd.
What day is that? Saturday or Sunday?
It's a Saturday.
Well, then, Randy, why don't we do our thing on Sunday? And then that way, it's like, wow, look at that. His girlfriend gets 2 nice dinners in a row.
So
instead of having the pot
Mm.
pies, I'm sure that Keon makes her at his apartment.
So the 23rd then.
Pies, that's really ambitious of me. I didn't even know I was cooking those.
All right, 50 cents a piece.
All right. You, Jeffrey, you and Alex, Keon, you and your lovely lady there, come on over to my house.
Yet. Yeah,
we don't know her name. Keon's lady, I believe is
lady. Sure.
The text her name. Come on over to my house, and you guys will be feasting like you've never feasted before.
I'm bringing a crown because you're about to say you're going to feed me like a king.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're going to bring. I'm going to
you
need a crown.
Yeah,
and I get to take that sword off the wall that you have, and I get to play with it because I'm a king. I'm a king.
No one touches that.
Do you have a spare sword?
I
don't care.
And no one touches that one either.
All right, fine. That's fine. I'll bring my own. I'll get my own sword. I got time. I got time to get
April 23rd. We're locking it in.
Okay.
Keon? Keon?
Yeah, sounds good.
He didn't sound all that sure.
No, he's got to check with it.
He's got to check with her.
I'm going to double check, obviously.
Her birthday's Saturday. Her birthday's over Sunday.
Her birthday is Sunday, but the party's Saturday because that's the day that could work for everybody. And so
make this happen, Keon. Make this happen like your job depends on it.
I'll see what I can do. I can't make somebody be available if they're not available, man.
But I can't make you have a job Monday. I don't know what is happening here. I don't know why you're being aggressive. Okay.
Escalated very quickly.
Bruno Baller says, wait, 15th of April, isn't that tax day? No, actually, it's the 18th now. They've changed it. I don't know why, but they've changed it. And by the way, Bruno Baller earlier, when I gave him hard time about the orange blossoms, I misread his text. So that's actually on me. He said, would that be the citrus blossom on the trees, not of the or the trees? So sorry, I might seriously need a new prescription for my readers here. Kyle G says, well, on the 15th, I'll be doing what I always do, Randy. Hiding from the IRS.
Good luck with that.
Somebody out there who knows things. Could you please tell us why did they change it from April 15th to April 18th? I've been told that April 18th is actually tax day because if you say, well, the 15th is on Saturday, right? And then you're like, well, that's fine. The mail goes on Saturday. You just go there, make sure it's postmarked, and that's the end of that. So why did they say, well, okay, we don't want to do this on the weekend. Well, how about Monday? Well, why is it Tuesday? Somebody please explain to me that actually knows what they're talking about. So that leaves you out, Randy. Why is tax day on April 18th?
You know what? I am the weather authority on this radio station. I take issue with that.
I'll say this. You are the weather authority. Yes. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender Nation. Randy, can I have a beer, please?
Absolutely.
He's also the beer authority. Beer Nuts says, Randy, Beer Nuts Jr. and I are available to join. We'll take Keon's spot. Heck, I might even put that ceiling fan up for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But
did you already get it put up?
Not right now. Not now. Maybe we'll have a Randy White open house one day.
Wilbur, what time and what am I bringing? No time and nothing. Big George says, wow, talk about being whipped. Keon just started dating this girl and she's already controlling every moment of his life.
Is that what's happening? Or do I just want to make sure she's available on the day we're all agreeing to go to a thing?
This is between Big George. I'm not, I have nothing to do with this.
No, I was trying to be nice by asking it as a hypothetical. That's exactly what's happening. I'm trying to be accommodating of her because I'm not going to sign her up for something 2 weeks from now, and she doesn't know.
Yeah,
it just doesn't seem fair.
I mean, even if his job depends on it, George, it doesn't have to.
Yeah, George, settle down.
Settle down just a little bit.
Kiss the Cook says, works for me. I'm camping the week of the 14th in Superior. Let me just clarify something. Randy has only invited 4 people, and none of those 4 people are you guys listening out there. Ralph from Harmon Solar says, okay, I'm in. Do we want to invite Ralph?
Yeah, Ralph. You know what? You go ahead and be in. That's okay. I won't omit people from my function like other people do.
Who does that? Ralph? All right, Ralph, you and Pippi are in. So it'll be all 6 of us at Randy's house.
Yeah.
We'll have to go get some chairs. Good Cat says, damn it, I'm missing a massive Blender birthday party. Well, no, it's not a birthday party.
Not a birthday party.
We could lie and say it is so that Keon can impress his girlfriend. Like, my God, they threw you a party. I'll bring a cake. It'll say happy bar mitzvah Louie. That's how you get a discount on cake. You call it Friday, say, I need a cake that says happy bar mitzvah Louie. Quick. You go to pick it up. They always misspell it. Then you say, oh, you misspelled it. And they give you like half off. Sometimes it's free.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, you're like, this was supposed to be your birthday cake, but there was a confusion. So happy birthday. And they're like, oh, you're so thoughtful. They're like, that cake was free. What were we talking about? Oh, right. Blissful Hayes says, Randy, what time is the 4th dimension supposed to be there?
8 o'clock.
On the 10th of never.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. My God. Heavy Metal Maniac says, when we were younger, we'd sometimes use those plastic eggs and what the hell? That one came up as new and I already read it. I guess the text line is making a liar of me when I said this is he was working fine lately.
Sounds like we're getting a new text line.
A new text line?
The new. It's a new text line.
That's right. Because we briefly had one that sucked worse somehow.
Yeah. These people, at least, I send them a threatening email. They usually straighten up. Let's see. Beer Bob says, tax day's on the 18th this year? Well, tax day falls on April 18th this year because Emancipation Day, a holiday in Washington, marked the end of slavery in the District of Columbia, and that will be observed on April 17th. Okay, so because tax day is on Saturday, they'd say, well, it would be Monday, but since Emancipation Day is there, now that has to be bumped to Tuesday. Now it makes sense, Beer Bob.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Thank God for Beer Bob. You know what? I don't worry about that weird thing with your dad putting his shavings in a plastic egg and giving you $5. We'll all forget about that because of how you helped us. Thank you. We're not going to forget about that. That's some weird crap right there. 888-368-1580. So do we have time to even talk about the Suns now?
Yes. Yeah, we have plenty of time.
They have they've clinched a playoff spot for sure.
Yeah.
They'll clinch fourth place if they win the next game. They beat the Spurs, or did they do that last night? I'm confused. The Spurs, by the way, God bless their hearts.
The Spurs have been tanking since
oh my God.
Opening night.
20 wins. 20.
Yes.
And you were sitting there, they're talking to Pop, and he's just like, I'm fine. Everything's great. I'm happy. No, it was good. I love watching Kevin Durant. I love that guy. Oh, yeah. Monty's a great coach. Oh, yeah. And he's just happy and just carefree, you know. And, if you were having that kind of a season and you weren't tanking, you wouldn't be talking to anyone.
Well, that, and of course, because of the run that he's had there as head coach, he's unfireable in that city. And then on top of it, yeah, look, you have a 7'3", 7'4" basketball player who's going to handle the ball like a guard, and he can shoot threes. I saw a video the other day where he had a step back three. He missed it, but because he's a giant, he got his own miss and just dunked it back in before anybody else could get there. That is scary. If the Spurs are able to get that first overall pick, yeah, they're not going to have 20 wins next year. I can tell you that.
And that's probably why Pop is so relaxed.
Yeah, he's chilling out.
Bruno Baller says you might need to change the date of your party, Randy. Keep it secret amongst those you've invited. Otherwise, you might end up with a mess. Well, except for one thing, Bruno Baller. Nobody knows where he lives. So I think he's okay.
There's that.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, anytime the Spurs stink, it's a great day in basketball. I like Pops, but that's about it. No, forget it. Not really. I can't stand the entire organization. Well, we all know why, because Heavy Metal Maniacs is going back in time to a moment where Steve Nash's face exploded, I think.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah.
I feel you, Heavy Metal Maniac. And listen, as an Irishman, I appreciate a good, long-ass grudge, you know? I hold a grudge. You hold a grudge. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't care what any therapist says. Grudges are good. They're healthy. They don't all keep you from enjoying your relationships with the people around you and you're supposed to love. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, that's 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Preparations are done for the 87th Masters, the last practice rounds this morning, and the par 3 contest this afternoon. Let's check the leaderboard, sponsored by Grainger. Grainger has supplies and solutions for every industry. Visit Grainger.com. Tom Hoge wins the par 3 contest at 6 under par, including an ace at 8. Hoge tied for 39th last year in his Masters debut. Bubba Watson and Kurt Kitayama finish at 5 under. Siwoo Kim, Taylor Moore, and Ryan Fox at 4 under. Several big names opted not to register their score, including defending champion Scotty Scheffler. Most don't want to win the par 3. No player has pulled off a victory here Wednesday and the green jacket on Sunday in the same year. But Scheffler played the 9 holes and he dunked an ace at the 9th. You're listening to coverage of the 2023 Masters on Westwood One.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Rory McIlroy has become the conscience of golf in the last years, the face of the PGA Tour and speaking out against the creation of rival Live Golf. But McIlroy is setting that aside this week as he guns for the career Grand Slam.
It's a very nuanced situation, and there's different dynamics, and it's okay to get on with Brooks and DJ and maybe not get on with some other guys that went away, right? Like it's a interpersonal relationships. That's just how it goes. But this week in this tournament is way bigger than any of that, I feel, and it's just great that all the best players in the world are together again for the first time in what seems to be quite a while.
McIlroy tees off tomorrow at 1:48 Eastern with 20-year-old Tom Kim and Sam Burns. Brooks Koepka coming off a win on the LIV Tour at Orange County National, teeing off at 11:54 a.m. Eastern with two other major champions, Gary Woodland and 2016 Masters champ Danny Willett. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harvard Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Today is the Masters screw-around day, right? Is that what today is?
Well, it's a par 3 competition today.
So they're all just screwing around. They got their kids out there being caddies and dumb crap like that.
Yeah, it wasn't dumb. It's kind of cute. It was kind of.
I want to see one of these golfers teach their kid how to swim by just grabbing them and throwing them into the water.
I have not seen one of the kids go into the
John
ponds.
Wayne style.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. But
what do you mean you don't know how to swim? Start paddling.
I don't think anybody will do it. Now, maybe McIlroy will throw some of these LIV golfers in that pond during the tournament, but other than that.
Yeah, you know what? And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Is Sergio Garcia out there?
Oh, yeah, Sergio is out there. And it's funny because Freddie Couples was very outspoken earlier about the. Are you going to talk about this later?
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You know better than I do.
He's been very outspoken about the LIV Tour. And he went on to say that he called Phil Mickelson a nutbag, and he called.
He's not wrong.
He called Sergio a clown. So nutbag and clown will be in the tournament this week.
And he doubled down. He's like, "Hey, I'm not taking it back. That's these are things we say to each other." He's like, "Say it to their faces. This is just part of the game of golf, whether they were in the tour or not in the tour." Yeah. So he didn't back down from that. So I respect that about Couples.
And the thing is last night was the champions dinner. Every year, one of the traditions is the reigning champion from the season before gets to host a dinner. And last night was Scotty Scheffler's turn, and he had his own menu. He makes up his own menu, and all the champions returned, and Phil Mickelson was one of them. And so Phil came in, was very quiet. Did not say anything, caused no problems, was very humble, and left. They said of Phil Mickelson being in the dinner, it was very awkward. It was very awkward, but it was very quiet. He did not do anything to cause any issues whatsoever.
Well, that's wise on his part. But here's what I would do: if anybody from the LIV Tour, and like you said, Phil Mickelson, had sat down. His menu would be very different than everyone's else's. There'd be steak and salmon and giant shrimp, but at his there'd be Lunchables and maybe some of those Otter Pops. That'd be about it for the LIV guy.
A Capri Sun, which once you're an adult doesn't do anything to quench your thirst at all.
A Capri Sun that is like odd flavored, like one of those mixed pineapple and kiwi with weird like
raspberry tangerine.
I will say this. I found it very funny. Few people remember that Danny Willett, who is a great golfer, but Danny Willett was a surprise winner one season. So every time he shows up at the dinner, they're always asking him, "Who are you? Why are you here?" So,
my car. Can you get bring my car around, please? Here's my ticket.
So a lot of fun news out of the thing. Also, Greg Norman not invited at all to any of the Masters events. I wonder why.
Can't blame him.
And also, I saw the group picture that they all took, and you just look at the close up of Phil Mickelson. That dude's aged like 4 years in the brief time that he's been in the live.
But he's got 200 million, so
he's very thin looking, and it looks like he's got thyroid eye disease because his eyes are like
Yeah,
wide
his
open.
hairline
was
is
he
suddenly
at the
gone.
end? Was he like standing over on one of the right or
No,
left
he was
side
in
of the picture?
He was in the back row.
Yeah,
Back row. And
See, Phil's pretty tall. He was standing in the back row, and you just look at him. He kind of had this perplexed look on his face. Maybe
Vacant.
like,
Yeah.
Why am I here?
So there's a couple of reasons I don't feel sorry for Phil Mickelson. One, we talked about this yesterday. That Dan Denson in his shirt commercial. I need therapy after that horrible thing. But the other thing is, it's very possible he hit on my wife. I know you think I'm crazy, but we used to live right off this golf course in an area called Seville. And in that area, a lot of the NFL players live, a lot of the NBA players live. It's sort of one of them neighborhoods, if you know what I mean. And she was just getting the mail, and this golf ball rolls over to her feet. She's like, what the hell? And this guy comes up and says, hey, how you doing? Yeah. He's like kind of hitting on her and says, you want me to sign this ball for you? I'm very famous, you know. And he says, my name is Phil Mickelson. And of course, she brought it back, and she's like, some guy named Phil just signed a ball for me out there. And I said, no, thank you. Not interested. Well, I'll just give it to your kids or whatever. And we went online. I was like comparing the signatures, and I couldn't tell for sure. And I was like, there's no way it was that guy. But on the off chance it was, F you, Phil Mickelson, you stay away from my wife. So now we got the Morris brothers, maybe Phil Mickelson, a radio salesman from Palm Springs named Greg Ayrton, who also hit on my wife right after we got married at a remote broadcast where I introduced her as my wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he was so harmless, I didn't even get mad. And she was even more like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? So anyway, what are the other celebrities? There's others. I can't remember. But yeah, one of the Morris brothers hit on her at a Costco gas station.
Was it Costco grass or gas?
In this side of town, it's the same thing.
I was just going to say, because it's Arizona, so Costco may have like a grass outlet now. I don't know.
I was eating some M&Ms in my mouth like this. So let's talk about the Masters. Let's talk about the golfers. Let's talk about who you think is going to win. All right. So looking at the field, it's the same guys. I don't know if you noticed this. It's always the same guys. And here's the thing. Who did I win with? Remember I won that giant bet?
Scotty Scheffler.
Was it Scheffler or Schaffel?
No, it was Scheffler. You tried to bet Schaffel,
right?
But their names were so similar next to each other alphabetically. You bet
right.
Scheffler.
I just did them both to be safe, and I won. I'm going to do that again this year. That's going to be my every Masters. I'm going to bet both of those guys just to be sure. But I want you to know I've already made a pick on who I think is going to win. It's on this piece of paper here, so I can prove my pick is at the top of this piece of paper. But I want to hear from you guys. You guys know more about golf than I do. Who are you thinking for this year's 2023 Masters golfing tournament extravaganza and jamboree?
Keon?
Well, I don't know if he's actually going to win, but I'll tell you who I'll bet. Will Zalatoris is a guy that a lot of people think is a sleeper out there. His odds right now are 35-1, which is kind of nice. It's going to be a pretty solid payout if he actually does get it done. I think that Colin Morikawa is going to be in play. So I'll be keeping.
So you're saying halitosis, but you say halitosis.
Yes, that's who I'm going to be betting on.
All right. So you can't just start listing guys. We used to have a former co-host would just list a bunch of guys and later say, "See, I was right." No. We're not doing that anymore.
I usually do like a pick three of them.
All right. So you got halitosis. I'll give you your other two. Go ahead. Who are your other two?
Colin Morikawa, and then I like Rory. I feel I like the way he's been playing lately.
Okay, but you're going with halitosis.
Yes.
How about you, Randy?
Well, I think there's a couple of guys you need to watch, and I'll give you my pick at the end. I only have one guy that I'm going to be putting any money on. I think, first of all, you got to look at Jason Day. Jason Day has been playing wonderful golf lately. He's feeling more healthy, and I think he could be a kind of a dark horse to win this tournament. It wouldn't surprise me. I think also another guy you need to watch is, what's his name? He won the U.S. Open. I just forgot his name. He plays in the Live Golf Tour now. He's playing very well. He won last week in the Live Tour, and he's very confident.
Sally Struthers.
No.
Oh.
No, it's not Sally Struthers. No.
Okay. I'm trying to help.
What the hell's his name? I see him in my mind. I can't think of it. And then and the guy that I'm looking at, by the way, Keon, very good with Will Zalatoris. I think he is definitely a guy to keep your eye on, as is Rory McIlroy. I'm picking John Rahm. John Rahm is having one of those seasons. He's already won 3 times in this early season, and I'm going to put money on John Rahm. Now, he didn't do well last year in the Masters. He barely even showed up. I don't even know if he made the cut, but I can tell you, I feel like he's playing good golf right now. He's peaking at the right time. And I think, this is a guy, John Rahm, ASU grad, by the way, played out at ASU. This is a guy I'm really going to keep my eye on, and I'm going to put a few dollars on him to win the Masters. So my guy's John Rahm.
Well, I feel better about who I'm choosing just simply because you both uttered his name, and that's Rory McIlroy. I'm going right at it. He's not even the favorite for the whole damn thing, but I feel like it's an Irishman's year. So I'm going with Rory McIlroy. He's got his new putter, and he's got a new drive shaft, no drift shaft. Sorry, and I don't know, drive shaft, drift shaft. It's the same thing, right? You got new suspension. He's got like a 3-inch lift or something.
No, it's a drive.
Probably a 6-inch lift. Got some big old knobby 36-inch tires on there.
No,
tear up the fairway.
Golf club is driver. It's a driver.
Do you remember the part where I said I don't know anything about golf? Yeah,
yes.
But I have won bets on it, and I'm going to do it again. I'm taking Rory McIlroy for the Irish win, and then the Schaffel brothers, Schaffel and Schaffler. I'm going to take them just to see if I can make some money off them. But nobody has mentioned Tiger Woods. Nobody has mentioned his name at all. He's going to be there. Mm-hmm. And they're saying, man, if it weren't for the fact you have to walk that course, he could win that course. They're saying that he looks sharp and, he's got it all going on upstairs. He's got his putter. He's got his game, but the walking is what takes all of it out of him. So I guess we can't expect much out of him. Can he get an exception? Like maybe even like a scooter, not a golf cart, just like a little like
PGA Tours in general, but the Masters in particular is a no exception kind of place.
Let's look at the rules though. Is there a rule against having a caddy give you a piggyback ride? See, I got you. I got you.
No, they would not. They would not allow that. That would not be allowed at all. That would not be tolerated.
Why not?
It would not.
Why not? So here's what you do. You don't even need a golf bag. You get one driver, one putter, and you get like these special things. So he's got them like swords across his back, like John Wick. And then he just jumps on the guy's back and he's like Yoda on Luke Skywalker. Maybe the caddy does a flip. That'd be awesome, Go this way, I say. And then then he just golfs it. Find the rule books where you can't give a guy a piggyback ride at the Masters.
Yeah, well, it's a major event. It's sanctioned by the PGA Tour, and this is a private high-fluting club that just only recently opened their doors to someone other than men. And I don't think that they would
even recently to all men.
They don't, and that's true. And they don't allow people to be called. They are called patrons. They're not fans. See what I mean? This is one of those.
What does this have to do with having a guy give you a piggyback ride? If it's not in the rules, they should do it.
Not going to have a doggone caddy carry Tiger Woods on his back around the course. That would be a circus. Barnum and Bailey.
I didn't say give Tiger a riding crop and whoosh, I'm not saying that. Just
we've got golf clubs on his strapped across his back like he's John Wick. Who's to say he wouldn't bring out his 4-iron and start beating his caddy on the ass, saying, "Let's go faster, faster."
I think you just don't do that to the guy who's carrying you up the hill. I'm just saying you just stay quiet ridiculous. Back there.
There's no way this is ever going to happen.
What you do is you give him a reach around, but you wipe the sweat off his brow. You reach around and wipe the sweat off his brow as he's he's humping you up the hill there.
Excuse me. What's he
Yeah.
doing up the hill?
He's humping you up the hill.
Ah,
I'm just saying.
ah.
Keon is looking through the rules right now to see
I don't think he
what sort of is there a rule against it? That's
Yes.
the thing.
Yes, there is.
I want to see the rule says you can't give a guy a piggyback ride at the Masters or any other golf course. I need to get in touch with Tiger Woods.
Okay. All right, you do that.
Listen, I'm the only person who supported him when he won that Masters 4 or 5 years ago. I was the guy who said he's going to make a comeback, and everybody laughed at me. Remember, everybody laughed at me at that radio station, and I was right.
Do you remember when Dick Van Arsdale, the Suns legend, Dick Van Arsdale, invited you for a tryout with the Phoenix Suns? I'm starting to believe that was a joke. Jock joke.
Why? He invited me. I mean, he knew
Did he ever
about
show up? Did he ever call you back? Think about it for a second.
He's a busy man, and we tried to call him. So they maybe
you sat in a parking garage outside the security office for how long?
Well, a little bit. I mean,
we were on the air for 5 hours in those days.
It was understandable. Trying to.
Do you think that at the Masters, that Tiger Woods, even if you could get through to him,
wait a second, we were never on the air for 5 hours.
At 5:30 to 10.
No, we had 4 hours. I didn't get there till 6.
Oh.
You might have been on for 4.5.
Yeah.
Don't start doing the uphill and the downwind and a blizzard, Grandpa.
All right,
we ain't doing that right here.
4.5 hours. Okay, 4.5 hours.
I was just going to email Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
I was going to
okay.
try to go
Right.
get.
Now,
in
if
person
Tiger
with him.
Woods responds to you and says, "Hey, man, yeah, that's a great idea. I'll check into that," you think you're actually talking to Tiger Woods?
Well, if I
Now
email him,
remember, Dick Van Arsdale himself,
yeah,
told you to come down for a tryout and never followed up. Now you think about that for a second.
he was a very busy man, and I feel like that the coach of the team I was on, I was trying to get traded to the Phoenix Suns. There may have been some collusion and interference.
Do you think someone would have talked to you about that if that were the case?
This was a different time, Randy. Yeah, we didn't have cell phones and email and text messages.
He's not going to.
We had
climb
fax machines. Machines, Randy.
He's not going to climb aboard his caddy like a thoroughbred and ride him all over the course at Augusta. It's just not going to happen. I see you laughing over there.
It should. You should try it, because what other chance does he have? He has no way that body of his. Can you imagine if he had not been in that wreck? How many more Masters? I'm sorry, how many more majors he could have won? How many? Maybe even another Masters, because he was back, man. He was back and ready to go.
That's the
poof,
problem. His back
out the window
and
with that
his knee
stupid car
and his ankle and his other leg.
Fish Tank says, Jeffrey, what did you say about Rory's drive shaft? He says, standard issue, large enough to get the job done, but not large enough to scare anyone. Well, he got a new one, so I don't know. Maybe in an operation.
Or flex.
Fighting Wampa says, I would think the last thing you'd want if you were a man giving another man a piggyback ride and the man starts trying to play reach around there. I'm just saying, pat the sweat off his forehead. It's just give a guy a reach around. It's a kindness.
No.
Kyle G says, what if they had a really big golf bag with wheels on it and Tiger could just sit on it?
No.
Kind of like, can't they have wheels in their golf bags?
No.
Golf bag
You're
has
just
to be
saying this like for sure.
Golf bag has to be carried.
There's no wheels on their golf bags?
No wheels. No. Also,
screw you, Masters.
I don't think the piggyback ride is going to work, because all the rules from everywhere that I've looked at says that the player has to be able to walk the course. So if you get a piggyback ride, it's not you walking, so you can't do that.
Parlay J has an idea. Can Tiger wear them wheelies? Those little. You'll pop out the little skates and just stay on the sidewalk. It might help.
Because then he'd have to be changing his shoes in between shots. Can you imagine how much time
change your shoes?
And
you just click your heels, and all of a sudden you're in regular shoes again. You can have
but
spikes on them.
And it's grass. You'd have to go over to the cart pass all the time. It's up and down. That would be terrible.
I feel like Henry Ford felt when he was designing the rocket that took our men to the moon. Nothing but no's and arguments. And I'm telling you, and when him and Lee Iacocca, when they first set foot on Mars, and just go ahead, keep saying no. I'm contacting Tiger Woods. Are you an
contact him if you
American
like.
or an American?
I'm just trying to help you out, pal. I'm just trying to help you out. Face reality. Tiger Woods has to walk the course just like everybody else.
What if they like let him lay down on a sheet and then the caddy drug him on the sheet?
That's
Then-
not walking.
Yeah, it's
He's
not
not walking.
What if he put his feet over the edge and kind of just did this a little bit?
That's still not walking.
That would be fun.
He's making
But
the
no.
motion.
Yeah. The groundskeepers would have nothing to do. They would not allow that.
And this is Augusta. They'll throw your ass out. They don't care who you
They don't play games with you.
Watermelon says, Jeffrey, how about for Tiger? They do that hit clock, which would then make everybody have to get the ball quicker by default. No more walking golf carts. Is he saying have a pitch clock instead? It's a hit clock. Then everybody has to use the carts. That's a long way to go to try to make that work,
I
Watermelon.
mean, even if you introduce some kind of clock, I'm telling you, they'll never let anybody ride a golf cart. They'll never let anybody ride a golf cart.
Oh, crap.
You know, I saw this exoskeleton thing. I saw it I was scrolling on the Twitter there, and there's an exoskeleton thing that would help you just like hiking. And Lost Toby just reminded me, he says, yeah, what if we get Tiger an exosuit? His legs would be walking. He just have a little bit of extra help doing that thing up there.
No.
Jetpack?
It's got to be your own power, man.
If he jetpacks, but you see his feet moving,
That
like
is
he's walking.
that is not walking.
No.
That is it.
Why aren't you
it
guys
can
trying
look-
to help? Why aren't you trying to help?
Because
am
you
trying to
can't.
help.
The rules are pretty clear.
You know what? You're all anti-Asian. That's what this is. This is anti-Asian bias.
What?
I don't know. I just see people calling everybody politically incorrect or woke or whatever. I thought try it.
I'm just okay. I mean,
anti-Asian bias.
Colin
I'd rather be
Morikawa is going to
napping
be
than woke
walking
right
just
now.
fine, so I think we'll be all right.
I try. You got to at least.
Take a
was
swing
good
at
try.
it.
It was a good try.
Take
pal.
a swing
It was
at
a good
it. Yeah.
try.
Lost Toby. Hashtag stop Asian hate.
I mean, I
Micah Bob.
agree, but I don't think that's what they meant by that.
Fight Micah Bob says maybe Tiger can roll his way through the tournament. Could pick him up a bubble boy thing. Oh, because his feet would be moving.
But that would not be walking.
No.
That still doesn't.
Hashtag
well,
stop Asian hate. Hamilton Porter says maybe I missed it, but what the hell is the big deal if he uses a cart?
The hell deal is he must walk the course under his own power. There's no carts allowed.
And
Why not just?
That's
change
part
it
of the
to
game. It's part of the way it was
stupid
always
game?
played.
Golf is a stupid game.
Golf part of the sport is walking the course. They design these courses, some of them to be more physically strenuous on those playing the course. At Augusta, they take pride in the fact that they've made this thing a hilly death trap, and you have to walk it. You have to. You don't have a choice.
Well, we have more people with more ideas and more comments about this whole debacle where
It's
the
all gonna be
Masters
no, I'm sorry.
won't let Tiger Woods play, as God intended with a cart.
No.
It's a daily blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves, because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discounts. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Of course, I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Remember when you could go to the doctor and actually leave feeling better? Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Katz. The problem with our healthcare system is the focus on the system and not on your healthcare. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum healthcare using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men and women's health. We help people find relief when other doctors have failed. Our naturopathic doctors can restore your pain-free life using cutting-edge regenerative treatments. We can also help restore balance to your immune, digestive, and hormonal systems. Addressing your cause can also improve both mental and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working for you, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call us. We're the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, Arizona at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161 or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Baseball is in full swing.
See you later! A walk-off, 3-run home run!
And we've got the grand old game covered like an infield target.
How about that?
Who's hot? Who's not? We've got the latest news, score, highlights, and info from around the league all season long.
It's a camper and it'll go all the way to the wall.
We are your MLB hookup.
Looking up and it's gone, a home run.
Get all the games you can handle on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Telling you, Jeffrey, there's no way they can put a donkey on the golf course. They won't have it. They won't have a donkey
They
on the
eat
golf
grass.
course.
They don't get in the way.
No, Jeffrey, no. They won't allow. I'm sorry.
We're going to solve this. I don't care.
Golf's for 1580 Fanatic. I am all a Twitter here. 1580 Fanatic Daily Blender. Golf's first major. We're just talking about it. Unlike any other, and now you can bet on who you think will win the Augusta, the Masters at Augusta. On FanDuel right now, all customers get bonus bets back if your Augusta winner doesn't win, but finishes in the top 10. See what they did there? He doesn't have to win, but he must be in the top 10. We were talking about Will Zalatoris. I think that is a great person to talk about. I'm taking John Rahm. Jeffrey's taken Rory McIlroy. Hell, you could pick a couple different players. You could build your
Anybody
own.
but Tiger because they won't let him roll.
And the idea about some sort of hoverboard. Come on, I don't even think they have golf.
Work for Marty McFly.
They don't have golf cart roads out there. This is Augusta, man. Anyway, drive down Magnolia Lane and park your rental car in the parking lot because you can't be driving around Augusta. Okay, and take a swing at betting golf's first major of the season. FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and get the bonus bets back if your Masters winner doesn't win, but finishes in the top 10. That's FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Remember, you got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expired 7 days. Max bonus bet, $25 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Or text next step to 53342. Jeff, come.
Thank you, Randy. Quick note. Well, really a question. Am I the only person when they see any photograph or video of Bono from U2 that thinks, oh, yeah, Ireland is also part of the UK? Man, them teeth are jacked up. He's a bazillionaire. Go get your damn teeth fixed. They just look nasty.
Well,
like you've done nothing but drink soda nonstop for your entire life.
You know who had really bad teeth?
Elton John?
No, he wouldn't get them fixed either.
Who dat?
Freddie Mercury. Because
no. His teeth were healthy looking.
Well,
but they were healthy. They were kind of all going their own direction.
Yes.
Bono's look like well, maybe he's been sitting outside of a 7-Eleven getting some meth.
Well,
those teeth are bad. He's like,
gone rotten.
Still haven't found you've been looking for? Yeah, maybe a dentist. Maybe look for that. There's a lot of them in the damn phone book.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, that explains why he smiles without ever opening his mouth ever.
Oh no! And
Explains
he's
a lot.
talking, and you're like, oh.
Well, maybe he doesn't use that dental kind of toothpaste.
Toothbrush.
Probably uses that what do you call that organic toothpaste? What it was
nothing.
That stuff?
It's called nothing. It's called food. He brushes his teeth with food. Gargles with diet soda. Those teeth are not right. And listen, Yeah, I get it. If you don't have great teeth, sometimes life just deals you a hand. But he's a bazillionaire. How do you not have teeth? I've seen them people with them like little vampire teeth clip-on thing you see on the Facebook that are just like, here, you just $20. You just okay. Oh my God, I look at it. Come on, Bono. I'll send you a pair. What were we talking about? Oh, right, the Open, and I also missed a whole bunch of texts, so let me get caught up here. 888-368-1580. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I've been pissed off since 1976. You know, when we lost to the Celtics. Can't stand that team either. They scared me for life.
Scarred you, probably.
Well, it's only one R, but I think you're right. He means scarred. Every time he sees a Celtic, I don't even know what to think about Danny Ainge. Kiss the Cook says, wait, as self-proclaimed president pro tempore, how does Laker Ralph get an invite? By the way, nobody, you can't proclaim yourself anything of anything. So denied. But yes, it's going to be weird. There's going to be all the fun-loving, good, clean Americans and a Laker fan and his wife sitting there with this thing. Damn. Hefty Lefty says, hey, one guy hit back-to-back aces today. That is always cool to see.
Who was that? Who hit back-to-back?
Were you watching like Poker Channel?
No, I was watching the par 3 challenge. Par 3 challenge.
By the way, if you're sitting there watching people play poker, yeah,
you've got to get a life.
We need to talk. Oh, but it's the World Series of Poker. Yeah, okay. Pro Dog says Koepka. Koepka's his.
Oh yeah, Koepka. Yeah. That's the guy. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah,
Pectate.
Yeah, watch out for Koepka. Watch out for
Quiet Cannon says, Randy, does that mean that this place is so highfalutin and elite that Tiger will not be dispensing tampons or other paraphernalia?
No, there won't be any of that jocularity going on. No.
There was some joke where he handed somebody some tampons.
He and Justin Thomas were playing, and
I don't even get the joke.
He out-hit Justin Thomas, and Tiger is much older than Justin Thomas, so he handed him a tampon, implying that Justin's weak and a female. Which drew the ire.
That is like the opposite of anything. Man.
Yes. Well, I'm just telling you, that's what the joke was.
It wasn't even funny. Finding Wampa says Tiger Woods needs to go to Pandora and get one of them avatars like in the movie so he can walk the course.
Huh.
I don't think that's real. Fighting Wampa.
And also you would have to use your body to walk the course. It would still not count. That's why the piggyback ride doesn't work.
Says all Tiger needs is a doctor to classify him for partially disabled. Then the PGA would have to allow him to use the assistance or run afoul of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Well, see, the Masters tournament does not have to allow that to happen. So, and they won't.
And they, I don't know if it was. I don't think it was the Masters, but it was a PGA tournament that did allow Casey Martin back in 2001 to do it. Went all the way to the Supreme Court for him to be able to do that. But he specifically had, oh boy, it's a syndrome that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. It's got a lot of words in it. But the point is, like that was what he was able to show, that the disease actually let his leg atrophy, so he wasn't able to walk on his own, and so they allowed him to use the cart. Tiger Woods does not have that. And also Tiger doesn't think he's disabled, so Tiger's not going to apply for
it. I see the wheels turning.
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do if Tiger himself won't actually do it.
I don't think Tiger would want to. I don't think he would accept the offer.
No, he wouldn't.
What if there were like electromagnetic? You know how you have in his shoes, but you wouldn't see them, and it would look like he's walking, but he's really floating on air.
The words you just described are not walking, though. Looks like he's walking means he's not walking.
You are so judgmental. Lost Toby says, solved it. And what's this a picture of here? What's this? He sent me a picture of the 3 kids in a long jacket looking to be a grown-up to get in the movies thing. Yeah. That could work, except for you died really long clubs. They're going to be like, since when is Tiger Woods 11 feet tall?
And someone was asking about how highfalutin the Masters were earlier. I had to look it up here. Gary McCord, broadcaster, 1994, made a joke, just a joke about the Masters golf course.
Oh,
he
that's
said they're
right.
so smooth.
Yeah.
I don't think that they mow them. They bikini wax them.
Yeah.
He got banned from Augusta
We're
National.
not allowed to broadcast another Masters
Yeah.
event.
Augusta sucks.
So when you talk about how highfalutin, yes, this is the group of people we're talking about.
No, a bunch of horrible racists. Let's see here. Bala 51 says Bala Bono. Okay, we'll try that again. Bala. Take two. Bala 51 says Bono is Irish. Them and the Brits get hammered together every day, and it's way too hammered to brush before bedtime. Yeah, he's probably just passed out drunk, so he's not brushing as much as he should. Good point,
Irish
Bala.
not thrilled about the Brits though, but
No, not thrilled, but
Understood.
still part of it. Hamilton Porter says, who's worse, Laker fans or Ohio State fans? Laker fans. I mean, I can't stand Ohio State.
Yeah,
I can't stand that whole thing, but no, Laker fans in general. Yeah.
I don't come across that many Ohio State fans.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Come across way more Laker fans.
Well, the reason is, you know why you haven't come across a whole lot of Ohio State fans is because they're really bad at holding down jobs. And you're not going to run into them at work. You're not going to run into them places. They can't afford to go out. They're just not really employable. So Thunder Snow says, hey, since you mentioned poker, is it a sport? No, it's never been a sport.
Have you listened to this show?
It's a card game. Poker, in fact, it's on our list that I have right here. It's in the right-hand column under not a sport, along with marbles, video games, chess, spelling bees. Not a sport.
I love chess. It's not a
It's
sport.
not a sport.
It's a really fun game to watch. It's just not a sport.
Many fun things are not sport. Cornhole is not a sport. I know you want it to be because you're like, I could play cornhole, but that don't make you an athlete. That means you're good at playing a bar game. I don't think fishing is a sport. Why? Because you just think, zzz, and then you're standing around and you're like, oh, there goes the fish. Maybe it's a sport for the fish or the worm. I don't think horse racing should be considered a sport. Not for the jockey, maybe for the annoyed horse underneath. You know what I'm saying? I just said, but back to this. No, sorry. Poker is not a sport. Mr. Pink Eye says Tiger getting some of them blade legs. Well, now you're on to something.
But he has legs.
He could get them adjusted.
How? That's not
amputation.
He could do that, yes.
They're
and then
jacked up anyway.
He would be allowed
the boingy leg.
He would be allowed to do that, but
Can you
I
imagine
don't
him
think the
come
Tiger
bounding
Woods.
over those hills.
I understand.
People were like, gee.
He really wants to
Tiger,
get to Jack Nicklaus. I understand that, but Tiger Woods is not going to undergo a double amputation so that he can move across the golf course easier.
Keon, that's the difference between you and Tiger. Tiger's a competitor.
No, I
And
say
if I said
Tiger's
Tiger-
not doing that. Tiger wants to run around and play with his kids. Why the hell would he do that?
Oh man, could you ever keep up with kids with those boingy legs? Oh no. That's idea number 2 for Tiger.
I mean,
boingy legs.
It makes it easier to run, but general movement, just your average everyday walking around, not fun with those legs.
How do you know?
Because I watched the Oscar Pistorius documentary and he talked about it.
Can't believe the thing he says. He murdered his girlfriend. Lost Toby says, well, if we don't solve the Tiger dilemma, then I'm going to bet the Lego house on John Rahm. Yeah, John Rahm. It's a good bet. ASU. Hamilton Porter says, okay, Jeffrey, you have to pick one to be a sport. Pro wrestling or slapping? Slapping. Because that's actually real. That slap sport thing they do. And by the way, I can't. Let me look at my list here.
It doesn't have the entertainment value where you sit down and watch a bunch of it.
Well, no, that's not the requirement, though. If entertainment value was a requirement, soccer would never be a sport. So if boxing and chess boxing and UFC and MMA are in there, and slap boxing is real, you're slapping the bleeples out of a guy, that's a sport.
I saw a video
it's dumb as hell, but
yesterday where a guy just got laid out. It was I don't think I've ever been riveted
Getting
by
laid
15 seconds.
Feels like a sport, but it's not a sport.
He got slapped so hard he was unconscious before he even started falling backwards. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that is some brutal stuff. I think it shouldn't be. I'm not for the slap sport thing, but it's more of a sport than watching people play poker. Thunder Snow says, yes, I listen. I just wanted to hear Jeffrey's sport, not a sport rant. There you go. Well, congratulations. You just got it. All right. We're okay. Let's just be done now with the Masters. Unless anybody else has anything else to say about this, we've made our predictions, our bets, or whatnots. There's one thing I need to talk about real fast, and that is the Lakers. Now, this bet that I have with Ralph is in jeopardy, as a lot of people know. 6 games in a row, I said the Lakers would not win. And if they did, I owe Ralph a steak dinner at a nice place. It's been determined where. I can't remember the name of it, but it's supposed to be expensive.
Arrowhead Grill.
There you go. And Cave Creek or something. So the Lakers have now won 4 in a row. They got 2 games left. And yeah, am I nervous? No, because I believe in these Phoenix Suns. So yeah, a lot can happen in 2 games. But we'll talk about all this mess when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency. All over Febreze car clips right on your face. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Do you want to know what's trending now? You can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. No payments and no interest for 6 months. This is a big deal. NetSuite by Oracle has never made an offer like this in its 22 years as the leading cloud financial system. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. Everything they need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. In fact, almost 90% of finance leaders agree that NetSuite helps them reduce manual data entry time. Whether your business generates millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, take advantage of this special financing offer of no payments or interest for 6 months at netsuite.com/radar. That's netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
8 presents Terrifying Jobs.
Bull Rider, take 2.
Today we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders.
Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked off.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah. Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by ADOT, and this station.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser, okay?
That's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Daily
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, 888-368-1580. Harry Soap says if Bono entered a slapping contest, it would take one slap and all his teeth would fall out like a defective gumball machine. I don't know, maybe just brush. I don't know. A little Crest whitening strip. I don't know. I can kind of feel like he's got this kind of teeth. You can see through his teeth a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. All right. So, yeah, it's Bike Up Micah Bob. We're not talking about Tiger Woods anymore, but I mean, so I don't think one of them handicap placards is going to do him any good. He doesn't get to have a golf cart. So that's all. They don't even have him there. So can't hang him. But I hear you, buddy. I hear you. Anyway, okay. So you guys know what's at stake. A very expensive dinner with Ralph from Harmon Solar gloating at me across the table is in the future if somebody don't beat these damn Lakers in the next two games. First game up is the Clippers. That's an important game tonight. They're playing the Clippers. And if the Clippers can't beat them, then it's all up to the Phoenix Suns. So first I want to find out, Keon, give me my my chances that the Clippers take care of business before the Suns even have to. What is the likelihood of that happening tonight, where the Clippers can defeat the Lakers?
Yeah, I mean the Clippers have a pretty good chance. That's the team I actually thought would trip them up in this stretch of games. So
I thought it was going to be them damn Timberwolves, but I guess not.
I thought the Timberwolves had a chance because they are a pretty solid team, but I think the Clippers are playing really good basketball right now. They're favored by 3 points in the game.
So that's nice.
Yeah, for a couple of reasons.
And LeBron is tired. He just played an overtime, so that helps.
Yeah, just played it in overtime, which is the best case scenario for you. He had 37 points, but it took him a lot of effort to get that 37 points and to get the Lakers that win.
Yeah, but he's been sitting out most of the season.
He has,
yes,
but he's.
I'm sorry, Keon, but LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, Mo Bamba, and Anthony Davis are all doubtful on the Lakers injury report. Is that a load management thing, maybe, because they're getting ready for that play-in game?
No, because they're not guaranteed.
Okay, so that's just
game spot. Yeah,
typical garbage. So, but Scottie Pippen Jr. is out.
Yeah, but he's not in their rotation.
He's no.
So he's a non-factor on the team. But
for the Clippers, Eric Gordon and Marcus Morris, one of them Morris brothers, bastards, they're out.
Yeah, and Morris might be an issue, but no, I don't think that's going to be the hindering thing here. But anytime you have a second night on a back-to-back, that's always something to keep an eye out for. And then when you go second night on a back-to-back after an overtime, where your 38-year-old superstar was the guy that had to carry you there, and a lot of your other stars are dealing with nagging injuries, I do think that there is a recipe here for the Clippers to get the win, and I think they will.
I worry about how heavily favored they are, because we've been down those roads before.
Of course.
The Lakers, they're playing with a purpose, whether the spirit is willing. Hopefully the bodies are weak and they are able to I just don't want to see it come down to the Phoenix Suns, because that is 2 games out from the playoffs if it does come down to the Phoenix Suns. And I'm starting to wonder, what if Monty starts resting some guys? Right when I need the Suns to win the most, they start resting some guys, saying, all right, we've clinched it. We're in. There's no reason to play hard. This game don't matter. Does the Lakers game still matter enough for Monty Williams not to sort of cruise through that game and rest some guys?
Well, yeah, because the Suns are sitting at the 4th spot. So
they got to protect.
Yeah. So after the play-in game starts, what's going to happen here is you're playing the potentially the Warriors in the playoffs, because the Warriors are the 5 seed. If the Warriors hold at 5, you want to be 4 because you want home court advantage, especially against this Warriors team. They've been awful on the road. I mean, when you look at all of their losses, they're almost all road losses. You want the Warriors as the road team in any series. So you have to keep trying, because you're trying to stay in that top 4 where you get home court advantage.
That gives me a little more confidence in what could happen on Friday, if it does come down to the Phoenix Suns beating these Lakers to preserve my bet. I just, you know what? I don't mind it. I don't, because that'll make for an amazing game to watch. You know what I mean? That'll be like the best game I ever watch all season, maybe. But I'd really rather not get there. I really just, come on, Clippers, go get them. Just get them.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the option that I think that you'd like the most. But I just think that, you know, the Clippers are going to have basically every opportunity. I think what I'm worried about a little bit is, you know, is Kawhi Leonard going to be ready to go? But he's been healthy lately. There hasn't been a ton of load management with Kawhi. There hasn't been a lot of injuries with Kawhi, and he's starting to look a whole lot more like the Kawhi we remembered from when he was healthy.
Where are the Clippers in the standings?
The Clippers are 6th, so they're just inside of the playoff spots, and they're trying to avoid dropping down to where the Lakers are.
So they're playing for a purpose too right now.
Yeah, the Lakers are at the play-in level. The Lakers would love to get out of that. So yeah, they're playing. They have to play. They have to win. They don't want to be in the play-in where you have to play one game or you're out of here. So the Clippers have a lot to play for as well.
All right. Well, I feel a lot better about the Lakers winning to the Clippers, or at least to the Phoenix Suns on Friday. I just, I'm pretty good with bets, man. I have a pretty good record of winning bets. And if I'm going to lose a bet, God, I don't want it to be to Ralph.
not on this.
Please no. Please no. So last night, they're also talking LeBron. And what is with this whole Twitter thing? Everybody's like, I ain't paying to be blue check marked on the Twitter. Now, I've never been blue check marked, and I'm certainly not going to pay for it, me personally. I'm blue check marked on the Facebook, where I actually have a very significant following. So, of course, I abandoned that immediately and try to do stuff on Twitter and fail. But, LeBron James has got 1 million followers, and he's like, well, I'm not paying for this. It's stupid. And a lot of people said the same thing. And it turns out when the deadline passed, Elon Musk only took away the blue check mark from one entity, and that was the New York Times. I think it was the New York Times. It was some newspaper. And so everybody else is like, oh yeah, he was kidding. He was just kidding. But also, even now, I'm not paying for a damn blue check mark. But they're saying on April 15th, what'll happen is you have two columns now. I don't know if you know this is on Twitter, where it says for you and following. And where it says for you, that's just stuff Twitter thinks, well, you probably want to see this. So far, it's been very wrong for me. And then on the other side, it says following, and it shows you everybody you're following. But what they're saying is the only people who will show up in the for you are people with blue check marks. And I'm like, well, I don't even care about that because I don't give a damn what anybody else says. I just want to see what the listeners say. So I stick with following. People like follow back. So do I need to worry about this? Do I have to be on Twitter anymore? Can we just go now? Can we just go back to Facebook or something? Is there some new thing that people are doing we should be horrible at too? I mean, can you help me out here?
I don't know if I'm necessarily the one to ask, because I don't know what Elon's goal is on Twitter. Is he trying to ruin it, or is he trying?
I don't know. Good job of that. I'm just done there.
Yeah, it's going to reach a point where it's unusable, and when that happens, I'll see you guys later.
I haven't been very productive there, because what they tell you, oh, if you want to do this, then you have to be on it all the time and constantly be doing tweeting and constantly interacting with other people's tweets. It's like, I have a job, right? I have things I have to do. And then when I'm done doing those things, I'd like to just not be on my phone. I'd just like to live a normal life if possible. So no, I'm not great with the social media. I don't think you should have to be. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, I just, when LeBron James brought that up, I don't know if there's some
Patrick
insight
Mahomes,
you could give me.
Patrick Mahomes was also talking about how he wasn't going to pay for it either. There's just a bunch of people who got asked about it, and they were like, no, silly.
Silly Wabbit says I should go back to my MySpace account. I would, but I can't remember my password. It's been forever. I think I still have something sitting out there. I think there's
somewhere in the ether.
We all just walked away from it. We didn't cancel it. We didn't uninstall it. We just walked away from it. And then you come back and you're like, what? Justin Timberlake owns this? And you can't even log in anymore?
Huh.
Whatever. Don't care. 888-368-1580. So there's no new news on the Arizona Cardinals kerfuffle. There's a couple of things about the Cardinals, like this is big. Hey, Randy, I don't know if you know this, but the Cardinals are getting new uniforms.
Oh, great.
Gosh, does that seem familiar? Wow, that just kind of reminds me of, hey, remember when the Commandos were all that trouble and there was all this stuff and they came out and said, "Ha, we have new uniforms," or "Hey, we've changed the name," or "Hey, we got a new song," or "Oh, hey, everybody, we have a tribute to a deceased player." You know,
who should have gotten a tribute about 15 years ago.
Hey, look over here. Makes me wonder if the new Cardinal uniforms thing is one of those Commandos jobs.
Either that or they're trying to pacify their little tiny quarterback, Kyler Murray, because one of the things he said over the last couple of seasons, the uniforms are old, outdated, and need to be refreshed.
That's the thing. They don't look old or outdated to me. I think they still... I've always been jealous of the Cardinals uniforms because they always have this kind of cool modern look on the front of them. So now for people to say, "Oh, these are old and outdated," I'm like, do you have to have like inflatable things in your arms, like in the Jetsons?
I didn't like the black helmet. I didn't like that. I think they could have done better with the black
helmet. I'm talking about the jerseys.
But I think the jerseys are cool looking. They could use some touch up. I don't think they have to change radically.
I don't even think they're gonna overhaul the whole thing. But I don't know that they're even gonna have the uniforms be replaced. Like the new ones could just be alternate uniforms, which everybody does now. So,
well, I think Kyler Murray's issue is they just didn't make them in Garanimals. You know, they didn't have like that.
That's true. Or onesies.
That's what I'm saying. The Jet says, "Hey, gentlemen, I am freaking excited for the Cardinals' new uniforms. I was getting so tired of them losing in the same old uniforms week after week. I just want to see them lose in some new uniforms."
Yeah.
It's not really, I don't think you're really a fan, Jet.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like you are. Blissful Hayes says, "Will Kyler be issued a children's size uniform?"
It'll be a onesie.
That's the thing, Blissful Hayes. He's always been issued a children's size uniform. It's already... It never looked like his uniform didn't fit. So, of course, they got that in child size. All right. So, nothing new with the Cardinals except for that. Nothing really of any kind of note. The only question is, are they going to trade down? You know, is somebody poking around there?
Man, I hope so. I'd love to see them trade down. And for God's sakes, don't take another linebacker with your one overall. Please.
We'll see what,
please.
The thing might be the best player available.
The thing is, it's Will Anderson.
No, we have enough. No.
Take a quarterback then.
No, that's it. I'm off.
Wait, do we have enough linebackers? Or like we have enough?
He's pulled his headphones out. He's not listening.
You need good ones.
He doesn't want to hear the truth. Now he's right though about one thing. The Cardinals should trade back and get more stuff rather than
it's a good old line draft. It's a good old line draft.
All right, guys, we come back. I swear to God, we're starting and we're finishing with some NFL football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Hour 3 is up next.
One trip down Scottsdale Road, and it's obvious snowbird season is here. You know what else is on Scottsdale Road? The absolute best restaurant to take your out-of-town friends and family to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, fire, and fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for a great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection of Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily until 6 p.m. And enjoy outdoor dining on our heated patio. So whether here on a golfing trip, for spring training, or just to enjoy our Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. Take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse for dinnertainment. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com. Or call 480-607-1114.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable, from work shirts and pants to polos and khaki.
jeans to Oxfords or t-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like. You convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. To learn more, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the Intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves, because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K257 Phoenix, 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
People settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pals, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And yeah, I know I promised wall-to-wall NFL football talk in this hour, but the wall's got to have to wait for just a moment because I absolutely forgot to debut the latest version of Fish Tank's new. Well, we had to change some of the words at the end of this sensational song, "Burn in Hell, Lakers."
Burn in hell, Lakers! Burn in hell, Lakers! Shut the hell up, Ralph!
Yeah, that's the short version. Do we?
We
did we get a
that's-
long version?
No, we just got the short version.
Oh man. Oh, that's right, because they haven't. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Hey, Fish Tank, I'd like a long version too. Could
I
you
mean,
just?
I could maybe splice something together. Here's the long version. Yeah, about the Suns.
Right.
You know, this is always good to hear.
Something knocks you out again. Won't be in the postseason, but something knocks you out again. Something knocks you out, so burn it out.
And then I could put this on here.
Shut the hell up, Ralph.
Yeah. Well, let's let Fish Tank take a shot at it. But if we don't like what he does, you can fix it. Yeah. You know. I thought that was going to be a longer version.
No.
Okay. But no, it's still good. Still good. Shut the hell up, Ralph. That's good. That's what we asked for. 888-368-1580. All right, let's talk some football, and I'm going to do it. I didn't advertise it, didn't say it, but I'm doing it. We're talking NFL quarterbacks. Boy, oh boy, did you hear about the whole thing? Remember how I told you I thought Mac Jones is just kind of a jerk? And I saw him yelling and cussing on the field. I'm like, wow, that kid's a jerk. Why is he acting like such a jerkety jerk? And it turns out I'm not the only one who noticed. Bill Belichick is very upset with Mac Jones because not only was he Mr. Jerkety jerk on the field, and I don't know if I blame him because there was some weird crap going on with the Patriots last year. There was no offensive coordinator. Everybody, it was like offensive coordinating by committee, and the Mac Jones had nobody to turn to. Nothing made sense, and that's why he's yelling at Matt Patricia. He's like, "Well, nothing made sense to him." So what he did was he called up some of his old coaches from his old school where he went to. I think at DeVry, where he went to school, and
only Alabama.
All right, Alabama, and he's like, "Hey, Alabama guys, help me here. I need some advice." Well. Only Billy Belichick got a wind of that. Ooh, he was pissed. He was not. You don't go outside the family. You don't go outside of the coven or whatever the hell it is that Bill Belichick calls
outside of the coven.
I don't know what evil dark robes and pentagrams they draw on the boards, because there's some sold your soul the devil thing going on there. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I guess he took it personally. Bill Belichick took it very personally that he sought advice outside of the Patriots. And so, it was bad enough that this guy is like screaming and cussing out Matt Patricia. And, you were wondering, well, why isn't Bill Belichick killed him already? You saw that and you're like, well, because it wasn't directed directly at Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he would have been fine, except for he went outside. And so it turns out he's shopping him. He's been quietly shopping Mac Jones during this offseason. What a shock. No takers, what a shock. No take. Well, of course, there could be some takers after the draft.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy you kind of go, all right, we got screwed on this. This ain't going to work. All right, get Belichick on the damn phone. And so, yeah, you knew something was wrong. And you couldn't understand, why isn't Belichick pulling out his lightsaber and his red lightsaber and knocking Mac Jones down like the young Padawan he was? It needed the what was that, Order 66 or whatever it was on his ass. Just I don't care. And now Belichick trying to get rid of the Mac Jones. But if he's trying to get rid of Mac Jones, what the hell is he going to do?
There are people in that building that like Bailey Zappi better. They think he's more athletic. They think he's got a better arm, and they're both
people in that building trying to get Belichick finally fired.
Belichick's the one that controls everything.
I know, but it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, he's the one.
He knows there's a draft, right? He knows there's free agency, right?
He should also know that your defensive coordinator and your special teams coordinator can't buy offensive coordinator by committee, but apparently that doesn't register at all. So, I don't know what's going on.
I would not be surprised to find out that Bill Belichick is huffing paint.
But I also think that the Patriots there's a draft.
That's good.
That's
really good.
If you don't like any of if you don't like
Matt Patricia's the offensive coordinator now. That's really good. No wonder that inbred looking kid of his is always the whole damn family's huffing paint.
All I'm saying is with Bill, he's I don't know exactly where his head's at, but if you don't like any of the guys in the draft where you can reach, that you take the guy that's been in the NFL. Bailey Zappi's already seen NFL defenses. He's going to be better than any rookie you're going to be able to get where the Patriots pick. They're not going to move up and try and take Levis or Richardson. So, what are they going to do?
Well, we found one guy in 6th round. That's where we'll make our move. Bill, get on your boat. Just sail away, man. Just sail away.
I mean, what difference does it make to me? What do you think I'm going to read the MRI?
Silly wabbit. Belichick is not the Emperor from Star Wars. That's Jerry Jones. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Bill Belichick looks like the dark hoodie sometimes. He's got the little hoodie.
He's got more of a Darth Vader, Elijah Dushku, Count Dooku, whatever his
Senator
name was.
Palpatine.
No, that's the same thing as the Emperor.
That's what I'm saying. With the hood over his eyes.
The tall guy Christopher Lee played, and then that little Yoda guy was flipping around all over the cave trying to fight him. Remember that?
That was General Doodoo or what
was
Dodu or
whatever. That's more Belichick style there. Hey, but anyways, so things are bad in Patriot land, which is all right for a Colts fan. I don't care. Well, there is something about this though. All right, so if he's shopping him, trying to make a trade, what team could actually even use him? What team?
I mean,
the Colts. Shut your whorish mouth. They're not even on the CBS Sports list. CBS Sports actually said, "Here's 5 places they might trade Mac Jones," and one of them was the Broncos, because nobody knows really the hell is going to happen with Russell Wilson and who's in there with him. Jarrett Stidham. So yeah, they might need something a little bit better. The Buccaneers, they're totally screwed right now for a quarterback, and in fact, this guy actually fits Todd Bowles' style. So then the Commandos, you know. Well, actually, he's not the worst idea for your Commandos.
When I heard no takers, I was a little surprised. I was like, the most quarterback desperate team, where Ron Rivera is basically telling everybody how desperate they are. I just don't understand why you wouldn't go for that, because you'd have again. Mac is on a rookie deal.
16th pick in the draft. Maybe they're thinking one of these other quarterbacks that are just going to sort of fall into their laps,
like
somebody on the outer edges that we were turn our noses up at.
Unless Levis falls all the way out, but anybody else, I mean, Hendon Hooker is a quarterback that people have been talking a lot about lately.
Oh yeah, your people went out and they spent some time with a hooker. The Commandos spent time with a hooker.
No,
he came and did a workout.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did come and do a workout, and I like him a lot. It's hard to kind of figure out exactly how good he is because Tennessee's offense is very, very simple. But he can play. The guy can clearly play, but they're not going to take him in the first round. You're not going to use a 16 on Hendon Hooker. That's a second round pick. So, you know what I mean?
Would you trade the 16th overall for Mac Jones?
Yeah. I mean, if that's all I had to give up, I'm not giving you anything else.
Well, he was drafted 15th overall, so I guess it's a match.
Yeah, and look, he's again the rookie deal. The fact that we've seen him play. Okay, the guy came in and won 10 games his rookie year. You can't do that in the NFL if you're just not any good. So I mean, obviously he would be an upgrade over anything they have in that building right now. Just based on the experience he has playing, because Howell doesn't have any. And then Brissett, I think we all can clearly say, okay, that dude's really fun, but he's a backup.
Yeah, we were fighting it out on Twitter. He is a classic backup. That's a guy he's a backup. And from my experience on the Colts, you don't want him in more than a couple of games.
I don't think any backup you want in for more than a couple of games.
Well, the idea of a backup here's the thing, though. The idea of a backup, though, in the NFL is it should be, and it used to be, here's our star quarterback. Here's the guy who eventually is going to succeed him. And it doesn't seem to be that way anymore. How is Jacoby Brissett ever a compatible backup for Andrew Luck? That's where he was originally, and it made no sense.
Well, they both have a giant arm, Brissett, I guess. If you want to be just aggressive, throw the ball downfield. Brissett's going to continue to throw
the ball downfield. The other would throw the interception downfield.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is if that guy was throwing touchdowns downfield, he'd be a starter.
All right. Well, how about the Titans for Mac Jones? How about the Titans?
The Titans again. That's another good fit. If you look at how well the Titans have played when Tannehill was playing his best football, Tannehill wasn't setting the world on fire. It was a lot of really solid decisions, game manager. Look, this is a running team. I'm not here to take it over, but I can make plays when I have to. Mac Jones can definitely do that. I think he'd fit right in. Would the Patriots keep him in the AFC? I think that's the real question there. But if they're desperate to move him, maybe.
Hey, Randy, you remember all them years I've called the Patriots the land of misfit toys?
Yes.
Yeah, old Bill Belichick would pick up all the wretched refuse, all the people who got in trouble, all the criminals, all the drunky drunks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the Raiders have become the home for misfit Patriots. He's got Jimmy Garoppolo now, Brian Hoyer, and some other guys, some other staff, like a whole bunch. He's like rebuilding the Patriots, but not the good version. So maybe it makes more sense than anything that Mac Jones toddles on off to Las Vegas. What do you guys think?
The thing is just they've got Garoppolo. So like, where does Mac Jones really fit in?
Well, where does Hoyer fit in?
Well, Hoyer's a backup. Like
Mac Jones plays more to Garoppolo's style.
Yeah, but you're going to bring Mac Jones to be in a backup. You're going to have to trade picks potentially to get him to get a backup.
Dude is lucky to have a job, to be honest.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Mac's not lucky to have a job. Mac
Yes, he
was a
is.
really good rookie year, and then his second year,
He's a
he
jackass.
he regressed. He is a jackass, but he's not lucky to have a job. That dude played really good football, which is what gets you a job in the NFL. Ben Roethlisberger was a jackass, but he was good at playing football.
No, he was a rapist.
Yes,
Get it
also
straight.
both. He was both a rapist and a jackass, and he was still in the NFL for a whole ass career, and he'll be a Hall of Famer.
Oh God,
Playing
you know what?
football is the thing that makes you get a job at playing football.
They put a rapist in the Hall of Fame. I don't want to talk about that. I'll get upset.
Is Lawrence Taylor not in the Hall of Fame? Or you didn't know about Lawrence Taylor?
He raped a guy? I mean, a gal or somebody?
Oh, yeah.
What did Lawrence Taylor do?
Yeah, no, it was rape, and it was not an adult.
What the? Oh, what?
Oh yeah, look it up. Just
before they put him in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know if it was before or not. I don't know off the top of my head.
Like, OJ murdered some folks or after he was in the Hall of Fame. You can't blame. I mean, I think they should take OJ out. And
I think it should be pretty
Lawrence
easy to
Taylor's
just say,
come
you know
out,
what?
too.
John Madden
read up
used to
on
talk
that.
about how the busts in the Hall of Fame used to talk to each other. Maybe just take that one out. He shouldn't get to talk to the other ones.
It sounds like there's a couple in there. Fish Tank says, I've never felt more scrutinized about a completely freelance zero-pay job. But I wasn't criticizing. I was
It did kind of come across that way a little bit. Like, oh, that's not the thing I want.
No, what it was greatness, and I was hoping for more. That's all it was. Fish Tank, I'm sorry, I apologize. You did an amazing job, but I just kind of hoped it would be longer. That's all. I'm sure you've heard that one before. It's Patrick says, "Oh, it's not the uniforms that the Cardinals wear on the backs. It's the players. It's the organization that's horrible. Have you ever noticed how the New York Yankees never change their uniforms? Nor has the Dallas Cowboys, and they're all champions. Bottom line is changing the uniforms just to generate more revenue, and that's all they're doing. Well, yeah, my Colts really have never changed their uniforms. Somebody decided to mess with the numbers or fonts. I think they said, the hell with that. It looked dumb. But it doesn't have anything to do with being champions. The Yankees hate the Yankees. A lot of people hate the Cowboys. It's just, I really don't know what you're saying. It's Patrick. Hamilton Porter says, to be fair, as a Lions fan, I would cuss out Matt Patricia too. Different reasons, but I appreciate that. Eye Candy says, Jeffrey, if Kyler Murray was a furry, what animal would he be? I think he'd be a ground squirrel because he gets paid, then he gets hurt, then he goes underground. Thoughts?
Are you okay asking that question on?
So I don't think it's a squirrel.
If he was a furry, the people who wear their furry, the mascot outfits, kind of like, right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Why would you not ask about somebody putting on a costume? Like Randy, I think Randy would be. He put on
came out of nowhere is all.
I think Randy would be an elk, a majestic elk.
Wow.
This big stag.
Well, thank you.
I think I'd probably be a monkey. Me, I'd probably be. I like because then I could throw poo. I don't know. How about you, Keon? What animal would you be if you were a furry?
I don't know.
Panda. Raccoon?
They're very odd animals. I don't know.
How about
I have no opinions on what I would be if
otter?
I were a furry.
Maybe an otter. Giraffe? You're not tall. So
I think Keon would be like a panda bear.
Why are you so resistant to dressing up as a furry?
I just don't care.
Have you ever put on a mascot outfit? Have you ever put one on?
Can't say that I have. No.
They're hot and they stink.
Yeah,
they're very hot.
I'm sure.
They always smell like butt.
I assume so. Yeah.
I put on a Bugs Bunny one for TV once in Minneapolis. I put on a Bugs Bunny one and went out with the news crew, and I was doing that thing. And I was just like, somebody just asked me to do it as a favor, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And I was like, I don't ever want to do that again. That was miserable. It was miserable. And it was cold outside. I was miserable inside. So yeah, Eye Candy. Kyler Murray would be a lemur. Because he'd be a little
lemur. Yeah, there we go.
Oh no, what are those prairie dogs? Those remember those? Yeah. What is that? What do they call that on the Animal Planet? They just whoop, and they all stand around like that. What are the prairie dog things?
I thought those
is that
lemurs? No, I don't think so.
I don't know. Sorry, Eye Candy, we can't help you.
Like a meerkat.
Meerkat, that's it. Meerkat Manor. Meerkat Manor.
There it is.
Twitty, says, so England is going to knife the Mac? Yeah, it's 2 minutes at least. Silly Wabbit says, Mac Jones and the #1 pick for Kyler Murray. Yeah, as much as I don't care about Kyler Murray, I don't think that's a trade you make. Yeah,
Well, yeah, you totally don't love the demeanor of Kyler Murray. So let's just upgrade that with equally as temperamental Mac Jones, minus the arm of Kyler Murray, minus the mobility of Kyler Murray.
We don't need Mac Jones. We already have our backup plan. His name is David Blau.
Blau. What happened to Colt McCoy?
He's been injured, and I don't know if he's going to come back.
Yeah,
He's been considering retirement.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Choro says, damn, when did Keon get ringed up? First time watching on the YouTube in a while. He's talking about your nose ring thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like February sometime.
Oh, so it hasn't been that long. So I noticed quicker than everybody thought. But do you sit there and play with it? Like you're sitting there and you're like, do you find yourself just playing with it?
Yeah.
Like when you're pondering life and other.
So then at a
things.
distance, it just looks like you're sitting there picking your nose.
Yeah, which I have to be aware of.
What is it made out of? Stainless steel? Or
I actually don't know.
Surgical
you
steel.
put that in your nose and you don't know what it's made out of?
Correct.
You're rethinking that now, I hope. You didn't even think what it could be? What is uranium?
It's why would they do uranium? You'd kill your customers.
You should have the answers about nose rings, not me. The Jet says, I heard Keon say we when referring to the Cardinals. I think we finally converted him over to the dark side. Did you say we, Keon?
I don't recall. I don't remember.
You say we in the local sense of the thing.
Yeah, like, I don't know. In
still
the context.
a Commandos fan. CK says, what's with all this Roth's Rateberg talk there, huh? Randy, beer me, please. Instead of shut up, Ralph, the ending should be suck it, Ralph. Yeah, we're good with shut the hell up, Ralph, because that's the way the song always used to go.
And people do tell Ralph to shut the hell up. So
Big George has got the story for me on Lawrence Taylor. Okay, I'll take a moment and read that in a second.
I looked it up. It was before he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, but
that just is disheartening. I didn't know this. Yes, Fish Tank, Keon does have the bull ring. Is that what they call that? The bull ring?
It's a septum ring.
Septum ring.
Yeah. I've never heard it referred to as a bull ring, but maybe.
Oh, I've commonly heard it called that. He's not just being mean or nothing.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so.
But don't mess with the bullfish tank, or you get the horns,
or at least his ring.
I learned that from Breakfast Club. That's what that little teacher in the Breakfast Club said. Thank you, Colts fan Dan, about that. No, it wasn't a beaver; it was a meerkat. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, let's not talk about Mac Jones anymore. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
The Master is getting underway Thursday morning at Augusta National. Scotty Scheffler, world #1 and the defending champion. One of the favorites to win the green jacket. He is at +700. Also at +700, Rory McIlroy, who needs a Masters to complete the career Grand Slam. 2001 U.S. Open champion John Rahm, +950. Jordan Spieth, who won the Masters in 2015, +1,700. Justin Thomas, who took last year's PGA championship, but has never won the green jacket, +2,100 to claim the Masters. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
One trip down Scottsdale Road, and it's obvious. Snowbird season is here. You know what else is on Scottsdale Road? The absolute best restaurant to take your out-of-town friends and family to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, fire, and fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for a great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection of Asian-inspired dishes and tasty tasty sushi, happy hour deals daily until 6 p.m., and enjoy outdoor dining on our heated patio. So whether here on a golfing trip, for spring training, or just to enjoy our Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. Take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse for dinnertainment. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course, I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online,
Oh, you better have a good excuse.
yeah, we've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast, commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk.
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
Or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive. Hit it now.
It's on the internet.
1580thefanatic.com.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. At Beer Bob's suggestion, I did look up what the definition of furry is. Jesus Christ, we're not talking about that anymore. I just thought it was people who dressed up in costumes and had fun.
That's why I was a little surprised we were rolling with it. I was like, all right. I mean, it's the Blender. We do weird stuff all the time. So,
well, nobody told me it was a fetish thing.
I was going to make a joke about keeping that between you and your internet service provider, but then we rolled right into that.
Thank God I didn't Google it because I didn't know that's what that was.
Yeah.
Somebody could have at least said something here. You know, CK is over there being rude about it. I don't want to. We're not doing
and that's why I was like, I don't remember who brought it up, but I was like, are you okay?
I don't remember who brought it up
because
again, I thought furry. I thought, hey, I'm a big teddy bear. I didn't realize. I didn't know that was what that was.
Yeah, I wasn't like why I wouldn't share that
because I'm an innocent person who watches nothing but Disney.
Oh, you're trying to be real. Sorry.
God damn it, Randy. 888-368-1580. Against the Spread asks a fair question. Says, could Baltimore sign and then trade Lamar Jackson to Arizona for Kyle Manbaby Murray?
Yes.
Yes, they could. Will they? No.
No.
That just doesn't make any sense. It makes like no sense for anybody. But if they were going to sign and trade something somewhere, that would be the best way for them to do it, I think, to do a sign and trade rather than all this other muckety muck. I just don't know anybody who's going to do that.
Yeah, we'll just trade our more accomplished guy that is not currently dealing with an ACL tear for your guy that's dealing with an ACL tear and hasn't accomplished everything our dude has. It's not a trade that anyone's going to make.
Yeah,
What would make sense? Let's just pretend Against the Spread's got something other than let's say a really deep glass of whiskey right now.
Mhm.
And let's say that Baltimore is going to sign and then trade Lamar Jackson to. Where would that sort of trade even make sense? I mean, unless it's for a pick, right? It's the only way that works is for a draft pick, a sign and trade.
Well,
and for multiple picks, probably.
Right. And then you're looking at the Panthers. You're looking at anybody in the top three, the Cardinals, the Panthers, or the Texans. I mean, Texans could be a place, but I don't know if he wants to go play for the Texans after what we've seen there in the past.
Yeah, and I just think the Texans are like, look, why don't we just get our new guy rookie deal and just go from there? We've got our first year head coach. Let's get him a quarterback he can build with. as opposed to a guy who's going to show up and, quite frankly, take all of the cap space when he arrives.
So let's think about this logically. Lamar Jackson is wanting a top level tier number one, highest paid contract, all guaranteed, right? We already know that, right?
We're looking about 250 fully guaranteed, which would make him happy. I think he would take 200 fully guaranteed at signing, as long as there are some provisions for the rest of the money. That was kind of, you know what I mean?
So what team would have the resources to do that and would be able to take Lamar Jackson and put him to work on a winning schedule right away? I mean, I don't see many teams out there with a high draft pick that could do that. Yeah, okay, Arizona, but Arizona's already got their man, right? Okay, they've already got their guy. Okay, they've got their
they have their tween.
Tween, yeah. So to me, what makes the most sense as far as a team that would want to get Lamar Jackson, and I'm not doing this because you're my friend, I'm saying it's the Indianapolis Colts. You've made some additions to the defense. You have a running game. You have a high draft pick, and you've also got a pretty decent offensive line that you can fix in a draft that's a deep offensive line heavy, right? I mean, you've got a lot of studs out there for offensive linemen that you can bring in and put to work on your team right away. So why not make the move if you're the Indianapolis Colts and make a run at this?
You also have a head coach who has coached a mobile quarterback to a Super Bowl. So I get all of that, what you're saying, Randy. And I would be right there with you if Jim Irsay didn't say he's not big on guaranteed
but this
contracts.
Is the lying season,
that's
Keon.
the
This is
answer. Yeah, but I don't think he's lying.
I don't know.
If it was anybody else but Irsay, but Irsay's not the guy that's deceptive. Usually they hide him around this time of year because he's not much of a liar.
He's not hiding. He's not hiding right now because he's tired of the way things have been going.
Well,
and I agree. I also don't like all that guaranteed money. There's no doubt that these quarterbacks are worth a lot of money. There's no doubt that Lamar Jackson and others should be very well rewarded. But I don't care for that guaranteed money either, because let's say game one on a $250 million guaranteed contract and something happens and he doesn't play again, that's not really fair.
Oh, you mean
to the team.
like the Cardinals, his quarterback, like the Cardinals?
No, I'm saying worse. Let's say it's an Alex Smith type injury and he never plays again. Nobody thought Alex Smith would ever play again, and nobody would have faulted him if he hadn't. But it's possible, and that kind of guaranteed money. The only way I would be okay with that kind of guaranteed money if I were owning a team is if it didn't count against the cap going forward. If your guy gets taken out and you got to pay all that guaranteed money, that's a separate deal. Should not count against the cap. If you do that, then, go ahead, pay all the guaranteed money you want.
I understand what you're saying about that. There's nothing I can do about that. As far as paying him guaranteed money and you're afraid that he's going to go down with a bad injury and you're never going to see him again, it's called insurance policy. You have an insurance policy on those kind of contracts that pay out if that happens. Bottom line is
guaranteed money. How about a guaranteed Super Bowl?
Well,
if I'm giving you guaranteed money, where's my guaranteed Super Bowl?
I don't think anybody can guarantee that.
I like Lamar Jackson. I'd be happy to have him as quarterback. But I kind of agree. I'm not crazy about guaranteed money. Because look at Kyler Murray. I think is going to be sort of eaten out on some guaranteed money and slowly making his comeback. That's what I think.
I mean, you're assuming that. I don't assume that. And Keon doesn't agree that he's going to be sitting around dragging his feet to come back either. I mean,
I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Well, and that might be true, and that might come out in light, and then you will be right, and that'll be great. Or it might be that he does come back quicker than normal.
I'll admit I'm wrong.
Well, the bottom line is we're not talking about that. We're talking about Lamar Jackson and what he brings to a team. Former MVP. The guy is consistently getting better every year. And the guy abuses his body and plays the game maybe a bit dangerously. There's ways to curtail that. You have a running game now. You have an offensive line that can protect him now. You can make him a better quarterback, a smarter quarterback by telling him how to get down instead of running over people and going that whole route. I mean, there's a lot of options here. I mean, if I'm Jim Irsay and your GM said he would do whatever it takes to get a top tier quarterback for this organization. And the only thing I think will turn around Indianapolis is a guy like Lamar Jackson, a guy that can come in and deliver now.
Can I just be honest with you? I have
Yes.
a gut feeling, nothing to back this up. I don't think the Lamar Jackson is ever going to win a Super Bowl.
Well,
I don't know why. I
mean,
just always had
maybe.
this weird sense that I just didn't. I don't. I mean, I'd love to have him as a quarterback for the Colts, and I think he's a good guy. I think he's a great player.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It's a
You know
sixth
what?
sense. I just
That's-
have this weird
Most
feeling
of them don't, though.
That's happened.
he's not
throughout-
going to win a Super Bowl.
That's happened throughout history. Look at Archie Manning. Okay,
Look at Dan
Archie
Marino.
Manning.
Dan Marino's
Sure.
the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. No Super Bowl.
I just have some hitch about Lamar Jackson, which makes the guaranteed money, a little iffy for me.
Well,
But again, I have nothing to base that on, and maybe he wins 3. I don't know.
I'll tell you who would bring it. Back in the day, who would bring it? He's not around anymore. Just Win, baby. He would pay fully guaranteed money to Lamar Jackson. You know, he
Al
would.
Davis. Yeah. I mean,
Al
he would.
Davis, he'd throw that money down. There's got to be wranglers out there, gunfighters out there that are unafraid to throw that money down no matter what. He didn't care. He was always at war with Pete Rozelle and the NFL. He was always, rebelling against what everybody was telling him not to do.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Lamar Jackson ends up as an Indianapolis Colt, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I will be kind of in the back of my head, that little thing I just shared with you that I hadn't said before. Just something about him. I don't know what it is. I just don't get the sense that he's going to win a Super Bowl. I always root for him. I always hope for him, but there's something. I can't quite put my finger on it.
I get it.
There's just
Listen,
something.
Everybody has doubted Lamar Jackson ever since he was in high school. Look what he's done. I mean, he's come out. He was at Louisville. He won the Heisman Trophy. I mean, nobody gives him any credit. He's gone out and fought for everything. And if this guy says to me, I want to come to your team and I will battle for your team after what we've seen in Baltimore, hell yes, I'm going to give him what he wants.
He's 49-21 as a starter. That is a 70% winning percentage. The
You
dude
put
just
him on
doesn't
the
lose games.
Indianapolis
Generally.
Colts that you have been saying, talking about all year, and we've all seen. You got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. You've got an offensive line that
I'm
can
not
support.
arguing with you guys.
I'm just saying. To me, logically, if I'm Indianapolis, dude, I got to go for it. I have
And
to
then
go
there's
for
the
it.
part about we stole him from Baltimore like we did the team. So I mean,
You
listen,
just add to that, but I just don't believe that Irsay is lying. That's the only thing.
No,
I just don't think he's going to do
Y'all
it.
are probably right, but Al Davis, he would go for it.
you're absolutely right. But Al Davis also went for Chucky at $100 million. So he doesn't. Al Davis's
Well, that
son
wasn't-
doesn't
that
do the
wasn't-
same.
that-
I'm
that
just saying the
wasn't-
Davis family's not exact. They're a bit impulsive on the buy.
That
You know what I
wasn't
mean?
Al Davis on Chucky for 100 million.
I know it was his dopey, weird, creeper ass.
As a matter of fact, Al Davis got rid of Chucky. Remember, he got rid of what's his face because he wasn't performing. He got him out of there. I mean, that's the way the gunslingers used to run football teams. It wasn't this. Oh, I'm afraid, and we're just a cohort of dirty, rotten scoundrels standing in our back room smoking our big long Maduros, and just everybody's scared to make them. Give me a break. Give me a break. Al Davis would say, "Get me Lamar Jackson on the phone. I'll make the deal myself."
Well, here's the problem. It ain't going to happen. Nobody wants that tab. Nobody wants the absolutely guaranteed tab. So I think he's just going to stay a Raven, or he's going to be traded to one of the top 3 teams.
And I do think that a lot of people probably thought the Ravens get this done, so nobody cleared out the space to try and make room for Lamar. So if you'd have to, if you bring in Lamar now, like people were asking me, why haven't the Commandos made a move for Lamar Jackson? It's like there's a bunch of guys they'd love to re-sign that they wouldn't be able to re-sign, and then a bunch of guys on that offensive line who would protect Lamar that wouldn't be able to be there anymore because they'd have to cut him.
Happen in Seattle would happen with whatever team does that. We, remember Seattle had a nice, well-rounded team. They went to pay Russ Wilson, and it devastated the rest of the team because they couldn't keep paying the Legion of Boom, and
you're
it fell
100%.
apart.
You're 100% right. But this is a situation that the Colts are in right now. They don't have that problem right now. They don't have that problem right now. And later down the line, you get Lamar Jackson. It's all guaranteed. It's whatever, 250 million guaranteed, whatever it is.
People into this.
I know this, but I'm just saying. I mean, just look at this logically. I've been sitting around thinking about this.
Randy, I agree with you, man.
They can restructure his contract after 2 seasons, man. Push some of that money off, bring and pay these other guys that are helping this team win. I mean,
Well, I'm
this
sure
is
they
the-
could work with his agent on that. Sure.
Whether this is the right time to strike. Lamar Jackson, if somebody would go out on a limb for him, I guarantee he's that kind of guy. He would be loyal to the end. And as long as you show him his value and you treat him like who he is and you work things out, he'll work with you. I mean, it would almost be like a Tom Brady-esque type of thing. Instead of taking all this money up front, defer it back here. Or, I'm not going to take that much money because I want the team to win. I want to win rings. I want to win Super Bowls. I want to be a champion.
Which, to be fair, is why a lot of teams are actually avoiding the guaranteed contract, because it's easier to do with non-guaranteed money. Because the Saints have been doing this for years. This is how they beat the salary cap: is they take the money, they move it back, and then they materialize that into a signing bonus. Hey, look, here's your money. This is where it appeared out of thin air.
I always feel like I'm on the opposite of you guys a lot of times, because just the other day we were talking about this and I'm like, there's no way that he should get this kind of money. You guys, oh, hell yes, he should get this kind of money. Now it's like, pay him the damn money.
No,
I
agreed with you the whole time. I just didn't think anybody was going to actually do it.
And here's the difference in when I say I think he should be paid all that money. I just don't dig it being absolutely 100% guaranteed. That's the only issue I got. Blissful
don't
Hayes
mind that.
says the Chiefs don't have that issue. Nobody cares. Shut up.
Well, yeah,
listen.
that's because Patrick Mahomes, and actually somebody blamed the whole Lamar situation on Pat Mahomes, because Pat Mahomes took a below market deal for what he's worth. He did it for his team, obviously, so they could spend money on stuff. But it's like,
how dare you only take $500 million?
Well, the thing is, the $500 million it's not a guaranteed $500 million. It's not even close. No, look at the money. It's not even close. The $500 million is the number that's out there, but that's not the guarantee. Patrick Mahomes took a whole lot less.
That kid's made of rubber. He'll get there. He'll get there.
Than what it is. I mean, he'll
get his $500 million.
Yeah, and he'll do it in endorsements and all that other stuff. But I'm saying the team's not paying Patrick Mahomes $500 million.
Oh, they're going to pay him.
No,
they will.
They're not.
Will.
You'll
earn it.
They already aren't.
They're going to do it. You watch. It's going to happen. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have to do on this date in Big George sports history and other things. I think. Oh, I just love a good dramatic, absolute awkward pause. Don't you?
I'm sure Radio Ron is thrilled.
Ron doesn't. He probably he's driving, so he might just think he went through like a bad patch. The Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the Intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves, because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Golf's first major is a tradition unlike any other. And now you can bet on who you think will win at Augusta on FanDuel. Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum, and right now, all customers can get bonus bets back if your Augusta winner pick doesn't win but finishes in the top 10. There's no better time to get in on the action. The app is easy to use. There's so many different betting options, and when you win, you get paid instantly. So drive down Magnolia Lane and take a swing at betting the first major. Visit FanDuel.com/Steve1580 and get bonus bets back if your Augusta winner pick doesn't win but finishes in the top 10. That's FanDuel.com/Steve1580. 21 plus and present in Arizona. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $25 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Well, Mrs. Grayer, nothing on the x-ray that pinpoints the source of the pain. Let's send you to our lumbar expert.
After reviewing the x-rays, I can't see anything wrong.
Let's give you a steroid shot for the pain and send you to the lab for some blood work.
Tired of the runaround? How about trying a new approach? The holistic approach. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say
you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Big George's like, why is everybody yelling? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I was getting yelled at about, like, you'll take Lamar Jackson on the Colts and you'll like it. Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. If it makes everybody happy, I'll just take him. Jeez, we only talked about like 2 things the entire hour. I still have this giant piles of NFL we have not gotten to.
We got hung up on. I mean, the thing is, we're starting the NFL stuff in the 3rd hour, and it's like, if we have so much, why are we starting? Knowing us?
No, listen. I started the hour of 3 o'clock with just like a few pieces of paper of things that needed to be talked about, and then I thought, oh my God, we're gonna have 2.5 hours of NFL, and we got through Mac Jones. I haven't even got to Daniel Jones. I mean, I got two Joneses, and that was and so much more.
Did you
so
talk
much
about
more we're missing?
Did you talk about Mrs. Jones
and me? Listen, we went from Mac Jones just pissing off Bill Belichick. That could have been like 2 seconds, but we got stuck on that forever. And Daniel Jones. Here's the thing I need to know about Daniel Jones. Why is he training in Arizona? He has no connections to Arizona that I can think of, but they're saying that Daniel Jones has been training with his teammates in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
where,
lot of,
why, how, what?
There's a lot of sports complexes here in Arizona, and there's a lot of them in Florida. Yeah, he lives in New York, and it's not warm there right now.
Connection. There needs to be a connection. I can't take this.
There isn't. The weather's nice here. In California, Arizona, Florida. These are the places that people do a lot of off-season training, where a lot of these facilities and these trainers and these nutritionists just set up shop in these places because the weather's nice. And you can train in New York right now if you'd want to. You're going to be miserable, but you can do it.
There's that Elite Sports. There's a couple of them now, I think, that Elite Sports facility. They're always in Scottsdale.
There's one over here by my house down the road. There's a new whole. I think that's all baseball though. So,
well, I mean, Keon's right. I mean, they have a lot of these elite sports places that have nutritional help, weight training, physical therapy, that sort of thing. And this is pleasant this time of year, even though it's going to be 100. So,
all right. Hey, Daniel Jones, if you're in town and you're listening, you got to go. You don't make sense here.
What is his green is the green of his money not good enough for us here?
I don't know. It just bothers me.
Why? Like everybody, when they prepare,
no reason to be here. You gotta go.
When they prepare,
like a spy or something, or
when they prepare for the NFL draft, they prepare here in Florida.
Yeah,
or Cali.
Right, Daniel Jones is closer to Florida. He just go to Santo Land. That's what he's got to do. Get your ass out of here, Daniel Jones. We don't need you here. I don't need any more dudes that look like accountants hanging around. Come on, man. Just get out. Get your stuff. Somebody, if you know Daniel Jones, please ask him to leave. And I think he'll understand. I feel like he'd understand.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
Why am I alone in this?
Because it makes perfect sense.
What makes perfect sense is Brock Purdy. He's from here. He lives here, and he's rehabbing here. And in 3 months, he'll be throwing here.
Are you only
getting
allowed to
ready.
train in the places that you're from?
Daniel Jones has no business here, Keon, and you know it.
Why not?
I've told you.
The weather's nice here. This is a good place to
God,
train and
people
get it.
everybody just wants to yell at me today. I don't understand.
You're not making any
Doesn't
sense
seem-
here.
I'm making all the sense in the world.
I assure you, you're not, but it's okay.
I know you're from the South, so I'll say it in a way that Daniel Jones will understand. If you're from the, we don't need your kind around here, Daniel Jones. Just, I don't know.
I don't
That
think
doesn't
they
make sense
talk, I
either.
don't think they speak like that in Charlotte.
I don't know where he's from. Where's
He's from
Daniel Jones
Charlotte.
from?
He's from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, he'd understand that. He just needs to get the hell out. Go to Charlotte.
The Queen City.
What?
He would know that by because he's from the Queen City.
That's what they call Charlotte, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
the Queen City. Yeah.
Oh God, I have to ask.
I thought
now
that was
why.
Cincinnati. Am I wrong?
Well, she's the Queen of the South.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Who the hell's Charlotte?
You
then?
look at the downtown skyscraper, the skyline, downtown skyline. It looks like jewels in a crown.
Like, you mean the girl with the nasty teeth from the 90s that was singing? So will save my soul. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Mm-mm.
This is just this show today. I don't even know what to do with this. I don't think we should even post the podcast, be honest. None of it makes sense.
It's a full
I
moon.
spent a good hour getting yelled at that you'll take Lamar Jackson and like it. Oh God, okay. And then I don't know what happened. This
I
show.
didn't say that. What I
Yeah.
said was it just
No,
makes the
don't
most
start
sense.
up again.
We all
Don't
agree.
start up again.
We all agree. Just
I
nobody.
don't agree. I just
Okay, well,
I agree, but I don't agree.
I just don't think Irsay is going to do it. So
Yeah, that's
for me,
the
I didn't want to
worst
discuss
thing.
it because I just don't think the guy's going to do it.
You're just now painting us into a Shannon Sharp kind of corner there. We all agree, but we're all screaming. I don't understand what's happening right now.
Who was screaming? I didn't scream.
Everybody's screaming.
Nobody was screaming.
There's
though,
lots of
is the
yelling
thing.
in this hour, right?
Was there?
I don't know. Stephen A. Smith would tune in and go, I like this. I mean, come on. This is not my style. I don't know. But anyway, so Brock Purdy, 3 months from now, he'll be throwing. And, local boy made good. Sure hoping that, is that the only, that's when he knows the damn thing works. Like the rookie of the year, they'll put a ball in his hand and he'll go like that. He won't know if it worked for sure or not for 3 months, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
And it'll go through the fence will break like in the movie.
I'm pretty sure that they can look at the way the ligament is growing and reattaching in the arm.
But until he starts throwing, you don't know for sure, do you? You just don't know.
I feel like they've done enough of these surgeries. that they'll be pretty sure. Yeah, I mean,
I hope that his throwing stance is like the rookie of the year kid, and he goes and it just goes out like a bullet. Just it goes like through some wide receiver's hands. His hands are dripping blood. And I mean, it's getting kind of gory, isn't it? It was fun.
It's a little excessive.
It was Disney until he threw the ball. Then after that, it's John Wick again, isn't it? It's just like,
Either that or some really, really great comedy where there's not even any blood. It's just the receiver's
Like
hands
cartoon.
are holding the ball, but they're no longer attached to the receiver. They're just.
And you hear, wah, wah, wah.
It's like, is that an incomplete pass? He did catch it.
I feel like that his hands coming off, there'd be blood.
No, I'm just saying, if you want to make it goofy, then yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh,
nicknamed the Queens. Oh, you do. You ask. Why did they call it? You said why.
All right. Well, go ahead.
Charlotte, North Carolina, nicknamed the Queen City in honor of Charlotte of Mecklenburg Strelitz, the Queen consort of British King George III during the time of the city's founding, way back when in the 1700s.
I want to see statues of Freddie Mercury. Then you can call it the Queen City. And I think there's a lot of people who agree with me on that.
Oh, boy.
Okay, let's just get this done before we forget. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1934, baseball superstar Babe Ruth agreed to do a 15-minute broadcasts every week on NBC Radio for a fee of $39,000 for 13 weeks. That was $4,000 more than his New York Yankees playing contract. Back to me, Jeffrey. Yeah, so whenever you see that, like, Tom Brady has made like $300 some odd million playing football, and now he's going to make $300 some odd million being a broadcaster, not the first time that's happened. So Babe Ruth made more money just doing a couple of little 15-minute broadcasts for NBC Radio back in 34. Nothing is new. Nothing is new. I think I'd rather have heard Babe Ruth drunkenly talking about baseball on the radio for 15 minutes than ever watch anything the very awkward Tom Brady does.
Huh.
You know? Everybody's, you can't hear a ball. Like, listen to the big Bambino here. Yeah, and Tom Brady like smiling with that creepy smile of his. Remember that picture of him and Tony Dungy?
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Tom Brady. No,
You can't have my soul. Go away.
I could feel it leaving my body. I had to change the channel.
That's the way Phil Mickelson looks now.
He really does.
Those eyes
He's
like
doing that dancing thing.
Big eyes,
look, yeah. No, Hefty Lefty sent me that. Screw you, Hefty Lefty, for sending.
Oh,
me
you
that.
finally saw the dancing video.
I didn't want to, but like he
See?
sent me a message, and I was like, oh, Hefty Lefty usually sends funny or insightful stuff. So I clicked on it, and then it was Phil Mickelson. Screw you, Hefty Lefty, for that. I do not appreciate it.
Thank you, Hefty Lefty. I appreciate that. If we have to see it, you have to
I
see
don't
it.
want to see it. I actively
now-
avoided it. I think I earned not seeing it.
And now you know.
Damn.
How did you earn not seeing it?
By avoiding it.
Guess what?
It's like being rickrolled. If you can somehow manage to duck it, you earned not seeing it.
Well, I guess you lost the game, so I guess you didn't earn nothing. Against the spread, says Jeffrey, if you want Lamar to come to Indy, I've got the bulletproof plan, so please listen. In order for Lamar to go to Indianapolis, he doesn't need an agent. He needs a high-level drug dealer. Oh, this is not going anywhere good. Lamar could request a meeting with Jim Irsay, pull out a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot, fill that to the brim with pills, and then he'll get guaranteed all the money he wants.
I think the drug of choice is not pills. I believe it's mushrooms.
That's much cheaper, I think.
And it works well in a tea.
Against the spread, you know what? That's probably not a bad idea, except for Lamar should never go anywhere near the stuff because that can destroy his career.
Well,
so,
then but you just have an associate walk in with the bucket.
You just send over.
You don't want to be anywhere near that meeting because then all of a sudden you find out Jim Irsay's the narc. Then what? You know, he's like, I'm undercover. Oh crap!
Jim Irsay's like a deep cover guy for the FBI.
Elvis was working for Nixon in the drug enforcement agency, so
which is wild.
Yeah, so why not? Nobody'd expect Irsay. Nobody. Aha, I gotcha. Of course, then later it was just a ruse so you could take those drugs for free. Anyway, I appreciate the advice against the spread, but I think Lamar's staying in Baltimore. Choro says, waiting for Tom Brady to delve into the Depends ad market. Talk about money bonanza. Does he seem old enough
Tom
for
Brady?
Depends? Yeah.
No, not Tom Brady.
What would Tom Brady? What should Tom Brady be advertising that makes sense? Like retirement planning, divorce lawyer. Like, let me tell you, you need to call my guy here. You know, I don't know how it worked out for him. But what would Tom Brady be good at selling? What do you think? You think of Tom Brady. I think a tire company. You know, the whole deflation thing.
He's already doing those Hertz rental car commercials.
Those are so bad. That's why he can't get any other
They're
job.
insanely bland.
Ugh.
Like, I don't remember a single thing about those commercials except that he's in them.
Like they had a charger up to him for some reason.
Yeah, I don't get it.
This show today has been full of nothing but bad ideas.
I agree.
Says the guy who had all the ideas for Tiger
Hey,
Woods.
no. I had a lot of great ideas. The bad idea is you shut me down and said it wasn't possible.
It literally isn't possible. They don't allow
nothing is impossible for those who have Jesus.
I might disagree a little, but
heathen.
Some things might be
I've
impossible.
got you now, Keon. All right, guys. We're gonna go drink some more, and we'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your